54 pitcher Jason Frazier. Number 55 pitcher Tim Collins. Number 56 pitcher Greg Holland. And number 67 pitcher Francis Bueno. And now, let's meet managers and starting lineups for tonight's Game 1 of the 2014 World Series. First, the National League champion, the San Francisco Giants manager and starting lineup. The manager of the Giants, number 15, Bruce Bochy. Leading off, the center fielder, number 7, Gregor Blanco. Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Joe Panik. Batting third, the catcher, number 28, Buster Posey. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 48, Pablo Sandoval. The right fielder, number 8, Hunter Pence. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 38, Michael Morse. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 45, Travis Ishikawa. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 35, Brendan Crawford. And tonight's starting pitcher, warming up in the right field bullpen, number 40, Madison Bumgarner. Time for your American League champion, Kansas City Royals, manager and starting lineup. First, the manager of the Royals, number 3, Ned Yost. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Alcides Escobar. Batting second, the right fielder, number 23, Nori Aoki. Batting third, the center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo Cain. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 35, Eric Hosmer. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 16, Billy Butler. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 4, Alex Gordon. 7th, the catcher in the left field bullpen, number 13, Salvador Perez. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 14, Omar Infante. Batting 9th, the third baseman, number 8, Mike Moustakas. And pitching, warming up in the left field bullpen, number 33, James Shields. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 American League champions, your Kansas City Royals. Baseball's continued support of the Welcome Back Veterans Initiative. As part of this dedication, we would like to welcome to the field 3 men for whom service and patriotism are cornerstones of their lives. Please welcome Robert A. McDonald, the United States Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Admiral James A. Winnefeld, the Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Staff Sergeant Pedro Sotelo, a soldier who exemplifies the spirit and courage of our nation's military. Staff Sergeant Sotelo joined the Missouri Army National Guard at the age of 24, but quickly transitioned to the Army Reserves, where he was team leader of a special operations unit assigned to the 173rd Airborne Brigade, which was deployed to Iraq. For his service, he has received several honors, including the National Defense Medal, the Iraq Campaign Medal, and the Global War on Terror Service Medal. Since his return, he has volunteered at the VA hospital as part of the Vet for Vet group and also mentored with the Wounded Warrior Project and Soldiers to Summits. We thank you all for your brave service and for all you do to help fellow veterans. You truly demonstrate the spirit of Welcome Back Veterans. At this time, we request that you please stand, remove your hats, or render a salute if you're a veteran of the United States military, as we pay respect to our flag and honor America with the performance of our national anthem by 3-time Country Music Award winner, whose new song, Prize Fighter, celebrates the champion in all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Grammy Award-winning country music star, Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
About that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass, bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the boys shake. All the faces. I see the magazine working out Photoshop. We know that shit ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. If you got beauty, just raise them up. 'Cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. You know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, because you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass.
And here we go. Welcome back to the Chevrolet World Series on Fox pregame show. Deafening loud behind us. World Series Game 1. The Giants representing the National League. The Royals representing the American League. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. We can't wait to get this thing started. I'm Joe Buck. That's Tom Verducci. That's Harold Reynolds. Cannot wait because this is a very evenly matched series. Two teams that just keep coming at you. They win in similar fashion. Two teams that have good bullpens and managers who know how to use them. You give them a little opening and they will hammer you to death and beat you. That's what they've done so far during the postseason. One team has team speed and will steal bases. More on that with him in a second. But for you, there are very few aces left in the game. Tonight, San Francisco has their ace, Madison Bumgarner, on the mound.
Well, to me, every World Series you go in, there's one name that looms a little larger than all the rest. And in this series, for me, it's Madison Bumgarner. He's been that good in the postseason throughout his career, but especially on the road. There's no more pressure in the postseason than pitching on the road. And look at these numbers. That's a major league record, 26 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings coming into this game. And he's a guy who likes to work quickly and pounds the strike zone with strikes. And the Royals are a team that loves to swing. Aggressive hitting team. A fascinating matchup.
Yeah, and when they get on, they like to run. And for more on that, here's Harold Reynolds. Well, what has jumped out at you? How do the Royals go about trying to win games? What have they shown so far this postseason?
Well, we talked about the speed they're going to come after. They led the major leagues in stolen bases, but it's the defense, and I think the speed on defense. We watched the outfield be able to range and make great plays and keep the double play in order. So at the end of the day, the speed and fundamentals will keep them in this game.
You ready?
I'm ready, man. I can't wait.
Let's go. It's World Series game number 1. Let's get it started. Tired of this layoff. Playing baseball next. World Series, Giants and Royals coming up. And right to the lineup for game 1 for the Giants, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Same look, except the DH, and that DH is Michael Morse. So it's Blanco, Panic, Posey, Sandoval, Pence, and Belt. Morse, the DH, Ishikawa, a hero in game 5 of the NLCS. Brandon Crawford is batting 9th at short. The opening pitch brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Here's to Budweiser. Here's to baseball. Here's the right-hander, James Shields. They call him Big Game. His team is undefeated, obviously, because the Royals are so far this postseason. He's got to win as he makes his 4th postseason start this year.
And keep an eye on the changeup. It's his best pitch. Shields is pitching with 10 days of rest. Key for me early on is that changeup down in the zone.
They've been waiting for 29 years. The World Series is back in Kansas City. It starts with a ball. Royals won it all. Their only championship in 1985, and all these years later, this crowd, Harold, is set to go. They are fired up.
Fired up, and rightfully so. And they've talked about the energy in this ballpark has propelled this club on this run that they're on.
I tell you, it helped in that wild card game to come back against the A's. That's strike 1. 92 from James Shields, who was traded in December of 2012, and for the longtime Royals, the guys that were here on the roster, all those high draft picks, a guy like Billy Butler, he said that's when we as players knew it was going to be different. As they made that trade,
picked up the front of the rotation guy. He misses outside and is behind in the count 2-1.
Well, sometimes an organization gets to a point where you feel like we're ready to make that next move, but you needed the big gun. And what he did was change the mindset of the whole pitching staff. We're going to give you 1,000 innings out of the starters, and that's why this bullpen's been so effective, because they haven't been overused because of the starters.
Here's a 2-1. Popped up. Foul. It'll get out of play. 2-2. Broadcast also streaming live on the Fox Sports Go app and at foxsportsgo.com. And for coverage of this game in Spanish, tune to Fox Deportes.
Tom, right here is where I'm looking for that changeup. You know, we watched him with a couple fastballs now. The changeup is a nasty out pitch, and this is an opportunity for him to use it.
It's his go-to pitch with 2 strikes to right-handers and left-handers.
Here it comes.
In the air to center. Kane is going to play it on a bounce, and Blanco is on to start the night for the Giants. Wide turn at first. You know that Lorenzo Cain is in center. If he can't get to it these days, nobody can. Alex Gordon, 3-time Gold Glove Award winner, is in left. There's Cain patrolling center. He was the MVP in the ALCS. Aoki is in right, with Hosmer, Infante on the right side of the infield, Escobar and Moustakas on the left side. Salvador Perez does the catching. James Shields will try now to pitch around the leadoff hit. Here's Panik, the rookie. Panik coming off a home run in Game 5, a 2-run shot in the 3rd inning. That was close. And Blanco back ahead of the tag applied by Hosmer.
Well, you see Blanco just really getting a good read. Once you get a big lead and you get a bang-bang tag at first base, now you know you've got your maximum distance. That's actually a great lead, and if he's able to stay there and read him, then you're in a good spot.
Giants really have 2 guys in their lineup that'll run. Blanco's one of them. Ball 1 up and away to Panik.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the changeup of James Shields. It has to be down. Watch where this pitch is. Up in the zone. Why is that important? With extra rest, it's harder to have feel for that pitch. His career ERA with extra rest, 4.6. It may take time for him to get feel for his best pitch.
Nice scoop by Hosmer, who's got great hands over at first base.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet over there. Slick, got great hands and great mechanics, you know. And I've always liked the left-handed first baseman. Not only do they look cool, but they're able to make movements because of the diamond, the way it's set up. It really leads to them being able to ground ball, throw a ball to second base, different things like that because of the angles. But he's pretty cool, too. He's pretty smooth.
Starting to stop as Panik flies into left center. Payne going to get it. Tagging is Blanco. Good base running. He's at second with 1 out.
Well, Blanco's really set the trend. You saw him on his base hit, round hard on the single. Then a couple throw overs. He's really wanting to be aggressive. Right here, you see the fly ball. He knows he's going to be caught. Watch him go back and tag. I'm not big on the tag up. I am right here. This is a great play. I love the read. I just think a lot of times if that ball drops, I want you to be able to advance. Go halfway, read it. But in that one, that was a good read.
And who better to get into scoring position for than Buster Posey? He's got 19 career postseason RBIs. He is 2 shy of the franchise record held by Barry Bonds. Inside, ball 1.
What I like about the Royals, they play with so much emotion, and James Shields, a big part of that. He will actually invent reasons to have an edge on the mound. Maybe the mound's too soft. Maybe the ball's too slick. He likes pitching with an edge. And he's got a spot right here where it's called on.
Way outside, ball 2, 2-0 with Sandoval on deck.
Well, Tom, you made a great point early. You can see it early. The layoff, the one thing that affects a pitcher when you have this much time off is being able to have your accuracy and your control. And we're seeing it right now. He's missing by 3 feet instead of 3 inches.
Chance for the Giants here in the first inning. Posey hits it hard, a base hit into left. Gordon, one of the best in the game, will come up ready to throw, and Blanco holds it third. First and third, one out. And another hit for Buster Posey.
And you said it, another hit, Joe. He's been on fire. We watched him last series, and it looked like about the second game against the Cardinals, he really started to catch stride. In the last 3 games, this is the swing we were seeing, Tom.
He's been on fire. Hasn't shown the extra base power, but has been on everything. Off-speed fastballs, and now a tough assignment with Pablo Sandoval. Even when you try to pitch carefully to him, he can barrel up a bad pitch.
Sandoval digs in, first and third, one out. Pablo, the last time the Giants were in the World Series, was the MVP. In a 4-game sweep over the Tigers. Strike one. A 94 from Shields. And there are the numbers on 6 or more days of rest during the regular season for James Shields. He's in a tight spot here in the first. That's down into the right field corner. It is fair and rattles around. 1 run scores. Posey all the way around third. They're going to wave him home. Throw by Infante in time. 2 out. 1-0 Giants.
Aoki played the corner perfectly. It can kick around and end up a lot of times running on the track out there in Kansas City, and you see the outfielder chase it. Because he's able to stay where it's at. Now this ball's down and in. We've been watching him hit these balls. But the relay is the key here, because you're looking at 2-run scoring. Watch him get the angle, back off, come get it, and make a perfect throw to Infante and the relay. This team here in Kansas City is the best relay team in the big leagues because the field is so spacious. They do such a great job of hitting cutoff men and execute.
You see Tim Flannery, the third base coach, waited a long time, as he should, to make that call.
And instead of second and third, 1 out, it's a run in, 2 out. Runner at second on the RBI double by Sandoval. And the inning is up to Hunter Pence. Shields helped out by his defense. He's behind on the count. He's been behind on the count to every hitter except Sandoval. And Sandoval ripped him for an RBI double into the corner.
Yeah, and I think the reason Flannery sent him instead of second and third, 1 out now, that ball hit and it didn't kick hard, it died. And I think when he saw it die, he said, okay, we got a shot. But because Aoki was able to make the adjustment, they were able to get the play at home.
Here's a 2-0. Pence takes a strike on the inside corner.
How do you pitch to Pablo Sandoval? James Shields threw a great curveball, and Sandoval burned him. Here's the 2-seamer with some nice run in on Hunter Pence.
3 RBIs this postseason for Pence, who was 0 for 11 in his career against James Shields. Sandoval at second, 2 out, 2-2 to count. Just outside a full count.
He's throwing hard tonight.
Well, rest, adrenaline, this crowd, World Series added up. Velocity not a problem.
Good swing by Pence.
Let me go back to this play at the wall again. Watch where the ball hits, all right? It bounces, kicks, and it kicks back and dies. Right there is what Tim Flannery sees from this angle. When you see the ball kick back the other way, he's got to think I'm sending Buster. But because Aoki reacted and got back to it, that's why you have the out home.
In the air to center, well hit. Kane back. Over his head and gone. Hunter Pence with a 2-run shot and a 3-0 first inning lead in game 1.
Welcome to the show, boys.
got 2 home runs in their first 9 postseason games this year. They've got 4 over their past 1+.
Tell you what, the ball Hunter fouled back on 3-2. He was on that one, and he finished it off the next pitch with a bullet to right center.
Now Bell. Strike 1 from Shields as this game has started with a jolt from the Giants to quiet this crowd.
I do believe the base hit by Blanco on the changeup. We have not seen Shields really challenge. He would normally throw it there.
That's down. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The 3-2 pitch, Tom. I'm surprised that after Hunter Pence fouled off the fastball, he came back with another one and didn't go back to his changeup.
Hunter Pence is the best fastball hitter on the Giants team, especially the fastball up.
Here's a 1-1.
And I think the way that James Shields attacked him with fastballs throughout this at-bat, there's the one he fouled straight back, and he can come back with another one in the zone, and he loves the fastball up. And I think because he doesn't feel comfortable with the changeup, it became a fastball count.
2-2. Pence has got his first of this postseason. The Giants lead 3-0 for their best, Madison Bumgarner, who takes the hill in the bottom of the inning. 2-2. Full count, and Shields cannot hit his spots.
That's one thing to miss, but he's really missing by a lot.
Belt sitting on the pitch on 3-2, and he fouls it away. They've waited 29 years to get the World Series back here in Kansas City, Missouri. And it's the Giants looking for their 3rd title over the last 5 years that have jumped on top, and they continue to hit. That's hit number 5 here in the first inning against Shields.
Watch this swing from Hunter Pence. See how flat the bat stays in the zone? He loves the fastball up because he stays on top of the baseball, doesn't get underneath it. And folks, that's doing some hitting right there. This ballpark is huge, especially in the center field. He just made it look small.
Well, I think the big key for James Shields, he's got to get that changeup working. You can't continue to challenge with the fastball, particularly with a National League team. I think National League clubs do a better job of hitting the fastball because they see it more often. You challenge more in the National League than you are in the American League because the designated hitter changes that. You end up seeing a lot of off-speed pitches. He's got to figure out that changeup. It's going to be a long, or short night, I should say, for him.
Batter now is Morse. Say what you want about the heroics of Travis Ishikawa. It's a great story, and he won the NLCS with that walk-off home run of the night. But the guy who won that game, in my opinion, is Michael Morse by getting that pinch hit home run. It changed the pitching for the Cardinals. Instead of a closer, he hit it off Neshek, tying the ball game. When you talk about a shot off the bench, Morse gave it. And then the Giants won it Game 5 tonight.
Yeah, and I also thought the strategy of Bruce Bochy played in it big, too, by bringing him, the way he used him off the bench in that series, brought him back onto the bench a couple times, put him back up when he felt like he had an opportunity to swing, different things like that.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch. It's down and in, 2-1.
That's so classic Giants, too, for a guy like Michael Morse, who's bounced around from a few teams. They've had some tremendous success having guys play their best baseball once they get here. People find a home. Whether it's Marco Scudero, Cody Ross, Michael Morse, Travis Ishikawa, just the latest.
That's ball 3. Shields is all over the place. And the crowd getting a little restless here at Kauffman Stadium.
Tell you what, the reaction of Morse looked like he was looking for a changeup. And then all of a sudden, boom, fastball jumped on him. I doubt if he's looking to change up here. Here's a look at it. All of a sudden, it jumps back on him. And just the way he continued to dive forward makes me think he was looking off speed.
Here's a 3-1. Full count. The runner at first, Belt, will take off. What a great start for the Giants with Bumgarner about to take the hill. A long first for James Shields. He's yelling into his glove on the way out. And the emotional leader for the Giants, Hunter Pence, goes deep. Makes it a 3-run first inning for San Francisco on the road here in Game 1. Liv Moss. Alcides Escobar leads it off at short. And Nori Aoki is in right with Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Billy Butler. Alex Gordon is in left. Salvador Perez, the catcher. Omar Infante at second. And Mike Moustakas, who has hit 4 home runs this postseason, batting 9th. And guys, if you want somebody who is young and knows how to win this time of year and knows how to win especially on the road this time of year, there's nobody better than Madison Bumgarner.
Tough to score a run. 26 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings in the postseason on the road. It's an all-time record. So aggressive. He turns defense into offense. He's faced 121 batters this postseason. He's missed the strike zone only 124 times. But Joe, I actually think this is a good matchup for Kansas City. They love to swing the bat. They have more trouble with pitchers who are wild because they'll chase than pitchers like Bumgarner who are in the zone.
Escobar first up with Aoki and Cain to follow. Kansas City popped 6 home runs so far in the postseason. They hit only 95 during the regular year. A strike starts the night for Bumgarner to Escobar. Two wild card teams meeting in the World Series. Second time that's happened. That's fouled straight back. Strike 2. Home plate umpire is Jerry Meals. Eric Cooper at first. Jim Reynolds at second. Ted Barrett at third. Hunter Wendelstedt left. Jeff Kellogg is actually the crew chief. He's in right. Jeff Nelson is the replay umpire in New York. He will join this series Game 3 in San Francisco when Meals goes to New York. Up high, ball 1.
It's interesting, 3 pitches now to Escobar away. You know, in the St. Louis series, we watched Bumgarner pound in, fastball and the cutter. Maybe he's having a little bit of an issue getting that ball in. We'll see if he's able to get it in here.
Here's his 1-2. Hard hit right at Crawford. He is automatic, 1 away. We'll take a look at the defense for San Francisco. Same look as they've had the majority of the postseason with Ishikawa in left. Gregor Blanco is in center, and over in right, he homered in the top of this inning, Hunter Pence. First base, Brandon Belt. Second base, Joe Panik. On the left side, it's Brandon Crawford, Pablo Sandoval, who is in, and we'll see him do that a lot in this World Series. Buster Posey does the catching for Bumgarner. Here's Aoki.
Yeah, you're going to see Sandoval in a lot. We saw it last series with the Cardinals, and Tom, you made a great point then that he's not a guy that likes to charge very well.
That's a strike to the right fielder for the Royals.
Yeah, it's not one of his strengths coming in on the baseball, so they will start him farther in than most third basemen. Plenty of hitters in this Royals lineup will put the ball on the ground with a bunt.
Here's the next, and that drives him off the plate. Almost got it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's that ball that comes at you. You start yelling when it comes right at you. Look at him. He's going, ah! And it missed him. How did it miss him? Right underneath the elbow.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's caught by Bumgarner. The line drive, and Bumgarner says, forget it. I'm not even going to throw it around. 2 out.
That's the country hardball mentality right here. He snatches that like a flea and says, never mind, I don't need to throw it around. I love this right here. Never mind.
I got it. It's all good.
If you worry about workload for Madison Bumgarner, He has pitched 249 total innings this season with the postseason factored in as Lorenzo Cain digs in. Bruce Bochy, the manager for the Giants, is not worried about that at all. That's foul. He said Bumgarner's a man-child. He's quote unquote country strong, and he doesn't care about the workload. This guy is big, 6'5", 235.
Joe, I talked to him after game 1 of the NLCS. He said he was ready to pitch the next game. And in the LDS, after he pitched, he was bugging Bochy to put him in the game as a relief pitcher.
2 out, nobody on. The 0-1 to Cain, who was the MVP of the ALCS when the Kansas City Royals allowed a total of 2 runs over games 3 and 4 total. In that ALCS against the Orioles, they allowed 3 runs in the first inning here in game 1 of the World Series to the Giants. There's Ned Yost, manager of Kansas City. That's upstairs, a check swing.
You know, Joe, when I think about the Royals, it reminds me a lot of the Giants when they burst on the scene about 5 or 6 years ago. And now we look back and go, wow, they're really talented. I think you look at the Royals, you see guys like Cain, Butler, who you're looking at right there, standing next to the manager, Hosmer. These are names that you're going to get to know because the talent is there. It's just a matter of being on the grand stage and we get a chance to see them all perform. Salvador Perez already an all-star catcher.
Well, they have a lot of high draft picks, and it took those high draft picks a while to really settle in at the big league level. One of them, Moustakas, who bats 9th in this Royals lineup. Cain with 2 out, nobody on. Hits it foul down the left field line.
I guess the one thing that's kind of bothered me is we've all talked about, yeah, the Royals got hot and here they are in the World Series. Time out. They beat the Tigers and they beat the Orioles. They beat some good clubs. So you got to have some talent. I know they got hot, but they're a very talented club as well. So they should be credited for being as good as they are.
A lot of homegrown talent here as well, Harold.
Cain not a part of that. Traded over from Milwaukee as that one's foul again. Still 2-2. Let's look at what the Royals have done here in 2014. Their last postseason appearance. Everybody's been talking about it. The Royals are tired of reading about it. 1985, the regular season. Fewest in home runs, walks, and strikeouts. They put the ball in play. They stole the most bases across the big leagues, and they've started this postseason with 8 straight wins. They've ridden that good power bullpen at the end of games. As Cain is in a good battle here with Bumgarner.
Going back to 1985, there's the hero, George Brett. Back on the hill where I-70 passes by Kauffman Stadium, there was a kid out there watching the game, became the general manager of these Kansas City Royals, Dayton Moore.
The Hall of Famer Dayton Moore grew up in Wichita, a Royals fan. He's made a lot of shrewd moves to get Kansas City to this point. They were good last year. They finished strong, and here in 2014, the best record across all of baseball since the All-Star break. Here's the 2-2. Full count, and Cain is clipped by that pitch. So he'll go down to first base, a hit batsman to give the Royals their first base runner, and Buster Posey's talking to the home plate umpire, Jerry Meals.
Ouch.
And that got him right on the right ankle, top of the right foot.
Great at bat by Cain. Bumgarner tried everything to put him away. Last was the cutter, designed to come in, keep coming in on the right-hander, just went too far in.
Tracer is one of those balls that just can't get out of the way of. When you're playing wiffle ball at home in the backyard, it just keeps coming at you. You can't get out of the way. That's the same thing happening right there.
Here's Hosmer. He's been red hot since coming off the disabled list. He had that late, a stress fracture in his right hand. Hitting .448. Look at that swing. Here in the postseason, he was ready to launch.
Wasting no time at all. Talking with him before the game, his team felt like he should be able to drive that ball to left center. I think he's thinking right field and put one in the seats if it's a 3-2 game on that swing.
And that's confidence. He hasn't seen Bumgarner before. As tough on lefties as any pitcher. He comes out of the dugout ready to hit.
And he almost walked right into ball one.
A couple of times now on lefties. Madison Bumgarner not comfortable throwing inside to lefties. A lot like John Lester. Much more comfortable throwing the ball to his glove side, away from left-handers, into right-handers.
You know, we talked a lot about the running game of the Royals. One of the best moves is to not throw to first base and get the left-hand hitter out.
He gives it a look.
Not supposed to do that right there, Madison. No, but with the left-handed hitter, he's got 2 outs. If Lorenzo Cain wants to run first movement or whatever, they're not going to waste a good pitch and a good effort of concentration at home on the hitter worrying about the base running.
Madison Bumgarner has worked very hard the last couple of years to improve his time to the plate and his pickoff throws. When you watch him set, he will take that right foot and turn that toe a little bit towards second base. It quickens him up a little bit, and his slide step is so quick, it's as if he falls to home plate. He's below 1.2 normally. That is excellent time.
Hosmer rips one into center. Blanco back. He's got it to end the inning. Great running catch by Gregor Blanco as Hosmer put a charge into that pitch from Bumgarner. But after one, here in Game 1 of the World Series, Giants doing more of the same. Pitching, defense. They hit a home run tonight. It's Giants baseball. They lead 3-0 after one in Game 1. He's on 5 hits. His strikeout of Morse ended along top of the first. Here's Ishikawa. And on the first pitch, rolls over to Hosmer. A flip in the out. 1-1. So Ishikawa goes from pandemonium in Game 5, and his next swing in a game that counts is a little clunker over the first.
Well, tell you what, his journey is amazing, and to find himself even playing in the World Series after starting the year in Fresno and actually with Pittsburgh, getting released, coming back, going to AAA. I mean, wow. I'm swinging at first pitch too. It's okay.
Never has to buy dinner in that town again. You can have some pretty good dinners in that town.
There's Brandon Crawford, who grew up a Giants fan from Pleasanton. Takes the ball low from James Shields. Crawford now. Blanco, who got it started on deck. He just made a nice running catch to rob Hosmer of an extra base hit at the bottom of the first. A strike to Crawford. This 27-year-old shortstop may not give you the flash of some of the other guys, but he is solid. You see a list that James Shields is on. It includes a Hall of Famer, the great Don Drysdale. That's down and in. The count 2-1.
Even though he missed with that pitch, his stuff is better. You know, it's down now. He got the quick out, obviously, of Ishikawa, but watching this against Crawford, he's now hitting his spot, starting to settle in. He just may have been a little too high first inning.
He's behind on the count to Crawford. The Giants leading 3-0 here in the second. That is out of play, 2-2. See the offense. This is another way to look at it. The first 96 innings of this postseason, Bruce Bochy's club hit 249, 3 home runs. They have 3, hit 571 in the clincher against the Cardinals in the first inning here in Game 1 of the World Series. Now a 2-2 pitch. Late swing and a foul.
Yeah, it's fun doing a series because you get to see the rhythm of a club. And you can see the Giants starting to fall into place. The middle of the order with Posey, Sandoval, and Pence really started to take off the last few games, and obviously their offense took off because of it.
Posey got a base hit, Sandoval a double, Pence a home run. The count stays 2-2.
You see Shields much more around the plate now. I mean, if you're a glass half full guy, I guess of all those pitches, 39 now, he's a guy who's going to throw 5 pitches, and he's been able now to throw everything multiple times. Looks like he's starting to find a better rhythm.
That is hammered into right. Aoki is back. He's got it, 2 out. So now look at the Giants and how they roll into this World Series. They've won it all every other year going back to 2010. Beat the Rangers. Beat the Tigers in 2012. Here they are again, and they've won 8 straight postseason series, which is tied for the second longest all time, and 15 of their last 17 postseason games. Bruce Bochy knows how to manage this time of year, and he's had that, what they're calling core 4 out in the bullpen. Avi Lopez, Jeremy Affeldt, Santiago Casilla, and Sergio Romo. And he uses them brilliantly. Here's Blanco, strike 1.
Tell you what we're also seeing, Joe, is how big this ballpark is. My goodness. And you start to understand why the Royals play the type of game they play. You have to be able to cover this ballpark defensively.
Good run and catch by Aoki. Route number 2, and now a 1-1 count on Blanco, who made that terrific catch in deep right center to end the first. Two and 1 from Shields, who has the nickname Big Game. You go back to the postseason, 2008, made 4 starts. That's when he got the name. 2-2. ERA of 2.88 since, and 5 starts since, coming in 1-2, an ERA of almost 7.5.
Well, that 08 season, he lived up to the nickname. He actually got it in the minor leagues.
2-2.
Los Angeles area guy, was a big Lakers fan, a big fan of James Worthy, the original Big Game James.
So Shields is trying to stop that trap. Trying to restore order here in the second. And he has done so. A pop up into shallow right center. Infante out. Kane is in, and the inning is over. Bottom of the second rolls in with Butler, Gordon, and Perez coming up for Kansas City down 3-0. Is the lead for San Francisco. Into the bottom of the second inning with Butler, Gordon, Perez coming up. Billy Butler is the DH. Takes a strike from Bumgarner.
Wonder what do 3 runs mean to Madison Bumgarner? Last couple of years, he's 30-3 when the Giants give him 3 runs or more. Of course, this Royals team was up against John Lester, down 4 in the wild card game.
That was in the 8th. There's strike 2.
Pretty late in the game, huh?
Down 7-3, came back, eventually tied it, fell behind again, and then won the ball game to move on, and they haven't looked back since. Here's the 0-2. Ball 1. 9-8 was the final in that wild card game. Game in which the Royals sent out the message in the postseason. We're going to run. They stole 7 bags in that game. 12-inning game. That's in the dirt, and then it's swept. The Angels swept the Orioles. And they're trailing here to the Giants 3-0 in the second.
They haven't put any runs on the board yet, but I like the at-bats they're having. Making him work, trying to get you to get a good pitch to hit.
Another foul.
to go back, Joe, and look at the last half inning. I think he got away with the pitch right here. First of all, you got a left-hander at the plate. So he goes over here with 2 outs, he goes to first base and takes the attention away. That ball right down the middle. Smokes. He got a great play by Blanco in a big yard. But I think he made a big mistake right there. And maybe he learned from that. But they're giving him good at-bats right now.
That's into left center field. Can he get down? Butler is on to start the second for Kansas City.
Billy Butler, probably the best fastball hitter on Kansas City's team. Bumgarner had attacked with curveballs and now goes to the cutter. Tried to backdoor that one. Nice job by Billy Butler, taking it up the middle.
You know what I'm seeing from Bumgarner right now is we've watched him attack with the fastball in. And it's a lot like in football when a team says, oh, they watched our game film. We're not going to run. We're going to pass this week. And now he's trying to live on the edge instead of pounding guys in.
And he's typically not that kind of a guy. He doesn't look at a lot of video. He's going to pitch his game regardless of who's in the box.
Well, here's Alex Gordon. He's in the box. And he takes one up and in, ball 1. Gordon with a home run this postseason, 6 out of 27. Hit 19 home runs during the regular year to lead this Royals team. Outside, ball 2-0.
I felt like this part of the order is the part that could do damage. Butler, Gordon, Perez, and Fonte. And you got 3 right-handers with the 1 lefty at the plate right now in this group of 4 that can get to him.
That's a strike. I think Gordon agreed to count 2-1.
We'll see Bumgarner even with Billy Butler at first base. Slides that ball down.
Not liking the ball up right there, that's for sure.
It was a big pitch for Bumgarner to get. Instead of 3-0, it's 2-1. That is caught by Crawford. No other play as Butler back to the bag. 1 on, 1 out. Tonight's telecast sponsored by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Here's to Budweiser. Here's to baseball. It'll bring in the workhorse for the Kansas City Royals. No catcher started more games behind the plate, caught more games, caught more innings. I mean, by a mile, Salvador Perez. And maybe because of all that work, he struggled this postseason because he is worn out. That break had to do him some good.
Really struggled in September as well. I think this is game number 155 this season behind the plate for Sal Perez.
All-star catcher. That's upstairs again. Bumgarner's been up a lot here early.
Well, to put in the workload into perspective, Buster Posey's right around 100 games behind the plate as a catcher.
Perez up over 150.
It's a lot of games.
That's foul.
Perez is there. Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval was first in the major leagues. Percentage of swings. Sal Perez was 8th. And guess what? They were buddies growing up in Venezuela.
Yeah, they grew up in the same area. They're about 4 years apart, but they were spending time behind the batting cage. I talked to them for a good 5-10 minutes. And talking about played winter ball together, different things like that when they got into pro ball. So they spent a lot of time together. So maybe the code is you got to be swinging if you're coming off the island, bro.
Here's a 1-1. That's a shattered bat. Bumgarner gets it, throws it out over to first. They got them both. And nicely turned by Bumgarner with panic in the middle. The rookie turned it and just got Perez at first. Shattered bat. Double play. Ends the inning. Third inning rolls in game 1. Giants will bat up 3-0. about the Game 2 starters? Tomorrow night, coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on Fox. Jake Peavy, 1-0 this postseason. Great ERA, 1.86. Yordano Ventura is on the mound for Kansas City. No record. The young, hard-throwing right-hander. And here's Panik. First up. Joe flied out to center his first time. One of those two guys on that last graphic is standing by. We'll get to him in a second. First pitch from Shields. 3-0 Giants. Over but low, ball one to Panik, who flied to center his first time. Our interview with Jake Peavy is brought to you by DirecTV. Tomorrow's starter, Jake Peavy, is standing by. First of all, how fun is this?
It doesn't get any better than this. It's a great atmosphere. It's been a lot of fun these first few innings. We've got a long way to go.
Yeah, Bumgarner's doing his thing. It looked like Shields was maybe a little amped up there early in the first inning.
You know, I think our guys just put some really good at bats on him. Blanco finding a way to get on the base. And obviously, Joe hit the ball hard his last time up. And,
he does it again, but he lines out to Infante. 1 out.
Yeah, we've had really good at bats. You know, we put the barrel on the ball for the most part all the way through the lineup and made him work. And it's what we've done. That's our identity as a team. And we've got a lot more to do tonight, obviously.
Hey, what clicked for you? I don't know if we got a chance to visit during the NLCS and ask you that when you came from Boston to this Giants ball club.
You know, just a little bit of everything. You know, obviously when you're going through a tough time, you know, as a team, personally, you get traded, you can be re-energized, especially with the team that was in it in the first place. And, got with Rags and found some just really small things mechanically that made me better. You know, and then once again, being with Boch and these guys who believe in me, you have all three of those on your side. You can get some powerful things accomplished personally and as a group. And I feel very blessed to be a part.
You saw this guy from a distance, Buster Posey. You knew how good he was just as a fan of baseball, but now you play with him. How good is Buster Posey?
Yeah, he's as good as anybody going today's game. He's a special player to run the game the way he runs the game, and obviously contribute on the offensive side of the ball the way he does. Buster's a tremendous talent. The San Francisco Giants wouldn't have the 2 World Series they have, and vying for this one if it wasn't for number 28.
Talking with Jake Peavy, who gets the ball tomorrow night against Ventura. Although he wasn't involved in the game in Game 5, he was involved heavily in the celebration after Travis Ishikawa went deep. We're going to ask you about that after Posey does something here.
Absolutely.
With 1 out. You look like you could play for Saban, Crimson Tide, the way you were doing between second and third.
Saban would have probably reprimanded me for over-celebrating.
Right. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. From Shields. Posey off the end of that. Let's go to it here. Talk us through this. The home run by Ishikawa, and then you kind of jumped the gun a little bit.
Well, you know, it goes back. Travis got over here, and Mike Morris was playing every day. So me and Travis spent a lot of time on the bench together, got close, and Travis really wanted to contribute. And then he has this opportunity. He made a miscue earlier in the game. I stayed with him, and we spent a lot of time together in that game talking about he's going to be a big factor. I walked over to him before that at bat. Said, hey man, go win us a game, put your name in history in San Francisco. So I did jump the gun. My eyesight's really bad tomorrow night. You'll see me squinting at those catchers' signs tomorrow. I didn't see the ball go out of the ballpark. Obviously felt terrible. Didn't want to disrespect the St. Louis Cardinals or the game.
Jake, you look like those fans that ran out there on Hank Aaron's 715, man.
I was so excited, Harold. You don't get an opportunity to play in the World Series every year. And I was really excited.
Here's a broken back line drive caught by Moustakas, 2 out.
Now, I also heard from Pence that you were saying he needs to take this pitch right here because he was up 2-0 and hit 7 balls in a row.
Yeah, they put Walker was in a tough spot. We had him on the ropes, and I did want to make him work there. I'm certainly happy that he didn't listen to my advice.
So I guess Hensley Mullins, the hitting coach, doesn't have to worry about you taking his job.
No, listen, I didn't get a hit on the year when I got traded over here. I'm not doing anything but pulling on the offensive side of the ball, trying to find the pitches or tipping or something like that.
Well, here's Sandoval. Pablo, an RBI double. His first time that scored on the home run by Pence. And he takes a fastball from Shields for strike 1. But Jake, thanks for your time. Good luck tomorrow night. Keep having fun. Keep that smile on your face. And we appreciate you visiting with us.
Guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. He gets the ball tomorrow night. Veteran right-hander Jake Peavy was a champion last year with Boston Red Sox. Here's the 0-1, a high fly ball into right center field. Got under it, back at the wall. It's Kane in the inning. Some loud outs 2 line drives and a net drive off the bat of Sandoval. Lorenzo Cain ran it down. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Royals coming up. Down 3-0. 2014 North American Truck of the Year. That's the Chevy Silverado. Stop by your local Chevy dealer today. Bumgarner back to work. He will deal with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Infante, Moustakas, and Escobar. Up 3-0 thanks to an RBI double by Sandoval and a 2-run shot by Pence in the 1st. Infante lost the bat and Crawford lost the baseball. Leadoff man is on.
Toughest play for the infielder. Once you get a broken bat and he laid back, he tried to be aggressive and get a good high, and the ball ate him up. But once his bat breaks, you get a weird high coming off the bat, and he just plays it into an error after that. You're not going to see him miss too many. He got some spin and wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah, you can see that ball jump up on him. A lot of traffic in that area around second base with the base runners early.
Well, right here when the bat breaks, you're reading the bat, right? You see this thing snap. And it's going to go flying.
Here's Moustakas. You know he's up with the reaction from the crowd. Ball 1 outside.
I didn't think they were booing the air, right?
It is an error on Crawford. Giants are playing in their 11th postseason game. It's only their 4th error of this postseason, 2nd by Crawford. That's outside again, 2-0. Backing out of play. Off the bat of the number 2 overall pick.
That was a great shot we saw of Infante. Look at the left hand. The knob of the bat. He's got so much pine tar on the batting glove, he can't release what's left of the bat from the knob. Great shot.
Moustakas up on the count. 2-1. 2 overall pick in 2007. Outside for ball 3.
Well, you can see where the running game is coming to effect already. They have a stolen base, but they've automatically got Bumgarner in the slide step. We saw him leave the ball on the plate with Hosmer. So you get that runner on. It's changing the game a little bit.
Chased it, a full count.
That cutter right there is breaking about 2 feet on it. He's thinking he's going to get a ball in. He's looking for it, and the next thing you know, it's cutting away.
No such thing as a fastball count in today's game anymore because of that cut fastball.
Yeah, I don't think George is hitting that ball.
That's down toward the corner. Infante will dig for 3rd. Pence plays it well. They'll hold the runner on a double by Moustakas.
Well, we've been seeing it the whole game. Good approach and good at bats from the Royals. Last time we watched Bumgarner, he got strikeouts. He's not able to put guys away tonight. And the Royals are having great at-bats. And that's why they're in this game. They're still leaving balls out over the plate and having great swings.
Now 2nd and 3rd. The infield pinched in on the corners. And here's Escobar. 50 RBIs during the regular season, 3 this postseason. Madison Bumgarner is making, at the age of 25, his 3rd World Series start. He has not been scored upon through his first 2. 17 scoreless innings in World Series play. And that streak of 28 2/3 on the road in the postseason. Scoreless in jeopardy right here.
That's in jeopardy because he hasn't had the swing and miss ball all night.
Strike 2.
I think right now you don't concern yourself with that shutout streak. Concede 1 run. If you can get out of this inning, allowing 1 if you're Madison Bumgarner, you'd sign up for that right now.
Tell you what, Joe, Escobar, when he moved to the leadoff spot the last 15 games of the season, helped take this team to another level. They've gone 17-6 at the end of the year, 14 of the last 16 with him leading off. He's changed the team. Some power, putting the ball in play, doing some things at the top of the order.
Looking for RBIs. And he's up there hammering at a high pitch on 0-2. While the Royals are 0 for their last 14.
Love his reaction there. He thought he should have had that.
Royals are 0 for their last 14 with runners in scoring position. Up and out of the strike zone, 1 away.
Took his aggressiveness. You see how Posey's setting up, looking for a high strike. They just want to waste a pitch. If you're going to chase it, go ahead and chase it because I got 3 pitches to work with. And I got him to chase 1 up. They were trying to climb the ladder. They finally got him to climb it all the way out.
Yeah, here's the pitch before where he chased. Posey again with the high target. And that was the strikeout pitch there.
Now it's Aoki, who lined out back to Bumgarner his first time. Strike 1.
So we're talking about the contact that's being made, and added a note here. That was only the 3rd time all game that the Royals have swung and missed on Bumgarner.
Aoki, who was with the Brewers in the National League, is now 0 for 14 against Madison Bumgarner. Royals need a hit. Bumgarner looking for another strikeout. Strike 2.
You see him choke up on the bat. His job right now, put something in play. He does it better than anybody on this team in terms of making contact. Royals strikeout fewer than any team in baseball. Right now, they'll settle for a ground ball from Aoki.
Check swing. He went around. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 out. This inning is going to be in the lap of the ALCS MVP Lorenzo Cain, as Aoki went too far.
Yeah, we got a good call. He went a long ways to go get it. I think that's the toughest call in all of baseball, the check swing. Because there's really no defined rule. It's clearly a judgment call. Got the call right.
It's Ted Barrett, veteran up at 3rd. Now 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. Strike 1 on Lorenzo Cain. He didn't like the ball.
And you can see now the adjustment that Bumgarner's made. Remember, he's been away. Now he throws a cutter busting back in.
was second and third, nobody out. Now second and third, 2 out. Kane in the hole, 0-2. Got a rip, but Bumgarner could strike out the side.
Saw Buster Posey again with the high target. First pitch fastball above the hands. Second pitch fastball above the hands.
It just looks so inviting because your eyes are right there. And you see it's hard to catch up to that fastball. When you're throwing 93 on up, very difficult to catch up to.
It's taken Bumgarner 10 pitches now to set this up, where one good pitch gets him out of trouble, and he keeps a 3-0 lead. For second and third, nobody out. Two.
The grunt is back.
Everything he's got as he misses up and away to Kane. Now full count with Hosmer on deck. From Lorenzo Kane.
Yeah, they really tried to make him chase the whole at bat. It's almost as if they said, well, Hosmer's the guy we're going to try to make sure we get out of this inning of. I don't know if they're picking on the right guy or not. But you watch the attack to Kane. Everything up out of the zone, or if you're going to chase, it's going to be in off the plate.
We saw Hosmer aggressive first pitch swinging first time up. He'll be ready this time as well.
Royals have never hit a postseason grand slam. Bases loaded. Eric Hosmer chops one to Penny, and Bumgarner gets out of it. At second and third, nobody out. Struck out the next two, and after loading the bases, keeps it 3-0 now after 3. Check out what MasterCard is doing for fans of Major League Baseball during this World Series.
I ride my scooter to the ballpark. Vegetables. I just like to have vegetables. If I can face any pitcher in MLB history, Nolan Ryan.
He is the emotional leader for this Giants club. He really took over that role for San Francisco when they were down after losing the first 2 games at home in the division series. Went on to beat Cincinnati in 2012. And a pitch from Shields is in for strike one.
Look, that poster was perfect. He has the crazy eyes. There's no doubt about it, man. When you watch him hit, eyes get big, wild.
His eyes got big the last time he swung the bat. Here's another good breaking ball from Shields. 0-2, and he homered into right center. His first hit against James Shields. Now 1 for 12. He picked the right time. A 3-run first inning. That skips in. Here's Aaron Andrews. Aaron.
Well, Hunter Pence with those crazy eyes, as you guys mentioned. He also has a flair for the dramatics. He's the voice of this team. Loves a good inspirational speech. Told us that it was going to be a little different pregame, though. Everybody on this team was going to deliver some words of wisdom before they headed out. He said he wasn't going to let us know what it was, but it was the gist of there's nothing to fear. I did speak to Sergio Romo, though, after that speech, and he said basically the overall theme is there's a couple guys on this team that haven't played in the World Series, and pretty soon they're going to know what it's all about, guys.
Yeah, there aren't that many because this has been that core group. Pence was a part of it in 2012. Shields now has retired 7th straight. And he's 2 for 2. Down the line, and Pence has got a homer, now at least a double. And that's what it is, a leadoff stand-up double for Hunter Pence. How about his night in Game 1?
How about the first inning, Harold? The fastball for the home run. This time around, James Shields says, I need to go soft to Hunter Pence. See him square up that one. Throughout this at-bat, second time around, change-ups, curveballs. Hunter Pence gets him anyway. Out in front of the breaking ball, past Moustakas at third base. What next?
That breaks up that string of 7 straight. Here's Belt. Good rip by Brandon Belt, strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like Shields was absolutely right, Tom. Breaking balls, change-ups. And he hadn't thrown a change-up since the first inning of this game. And he looked like he might have thought he had Hunter Pence off of everything, and then ends up banging the ball down the left field corner.
So Pence is there with nobody out. Now the 0-1 to Brandon Belt. The back foot, 1 ball, 1 strike. Deck is the DH Morse. Crowd has been taken out of it by the Giants' bats and the pitching of Bumgarner. That's going to trickle away, and with good base running and ready to go Pence, he's over to third with nobody out.
Well, it's a great read. He's going to see the ball, a little change up, down, and watch it kick. And right there, Hunter Pence is off and running.
Yeah, you're not expecting the catcher to see the changeup inside to the lefty, and Perez just couldn't get over to cover it.
That brings the infield in with nobody out. It's a double, a wild pitch. The 2-1. 3-1.
You know, you watch a guy get in rhythm and he just kind of breathes easy, flows through it, and it looks simple. Shields has been struggling really from the beginning of the game. He just hasn't looked comfortable at all.
Even the outs last inning were loud with a couple of line drive outs, and the ball was deep right center. That's a walk to Belt. Shields can't be happy. Dave Island, the pitching coach for the Royals, on to the bullpen phone. Tomorrow, the UEFA Champions League continues on Fox Sports 1. Liverpool takes on Real Madrid. It all begins at 2 Eastern. If you're stuck at work, no problem. Just download the Fox Sports Go app and watch all the action live on your phone, desktop, or tablet. Left-hander, and a starter this year for the Royals, Danny Duffy, is getting loose.
Well, I think it's a good move. You can't let the game get away from you. They're still within striking distance here, and Shields just has not looked comfortable at all.
I like the meeting by Sal Perez going out there to talk to the ace. Part of his growth. A couple of years ago, he wouldn't have done that.
First and third, nobody out. Morse, strike 1. Michael struck out his first time. The only strikeout of the night for Shields. For Morse, only 2 plate appearances in September, was dealing with a strained oblique. Activated only for the start of the NLCS. It did pay off with that pinch hit home run to tie Game 5 in the 8th. The 0-1. inside the ball and strike.
Yeah, you wonder how a guy lays off that long and keeps timing. Well, he was able to go down to instructional league in Arizona and get some at-bats, so they knew that he was going to be ready, one, healthy, and two, have some timing to come back and really help them in the postseason.
First year in San Francisco, hit 16 home runs in the regular season. Inside again, 2-1.
This is a situation where he'd love to throw that changeup and get a ground ball. Previous pitch to that one, another changeup that missed. James Shields just hasn't really found the rhythm on that field pitch, the changeup.
Mike Morse is looking even more comfortable with every pitch.
Holds the bat over the plate. Now shoots one into center. An RBI base hit to make it 4-0 San Francisco. A double, a wild pitch, a walk, and now an RBI single by the DH.
On off-speed pitches, the hitter will let you know how he's feeling. After looking at that changeup, he looked like he was feeling pretty good. Now this ball ends up getting in on him a little bit, but he's so doggone strong. He's able to shoot this ball into center field.
Big weapon getting healthy for the Giants, and Michael Morse. And able to be used as the DH here in Kansas City. He's made it 4-0. Shields is gone. Got into the fourth tonight. That's it. Duffy coming in. That's it. He leaves with 2 on, nobody out, and gives way to the left-hander, Danny Duffy, who, even though he won only 9 games, lost 12, had a good ERA of 2.53 during the regular season.
Yeah, when healthy, this guy's got an electric fastball in the mid-90s, nasty curveball to go with it.
And right away, Bruce Bochy is going to a pinch hitter. It's Perez batting for Ishikawa. So up 4-0, guys, with Bumgarner on the mound. Ishikawa's lifted from the game. And the batter will be Juan Perez, and he'll obviously stay in the game and play left.
Now that's the key. Bruce Bochy wants his best defensive team on the field, to move you normally see late in the game. He wants to defend 4 runs right now. And oh, by the way, a very good bunter, handles the bat well in a bunt situation if he wants to do that.
Bochy's got such a great feel for this roster, the bench, the bullpen. He goes to the bench as the Royals go to the pen. Here's a good one. Moustakas just did get the out at first. 1 away, and the runners advance to second and third on a bunt by Juan Perez.
And here's what's interesting about this play. They move him up, move the runners up, but you have 2 left-handed hitters coming up. And if you haven't been following the postseason a lot, you're probably wondering why would they do this. Left-handers have been playing against left-handed pitchers. It hasn't been a lot of matchup. Oh, I'm going to go lefty-righty, different things. The best players are playing. And if you watch Crawford swings through the postseason off the lefties he's faced, that's why you drop the bunt and move him up.
He's 0 for 1. He lined the ball hard into right his first time. Aoki went back to get it. Second and third, 1 away. Chance for Crawford. He takes the ball down and away from Duffy, who's into his first game since game 1 of the division series against the Angels. He got the win in that extra inning game.
Bochy's going for the kill right now in the 4th inning. He knows who he has on the mound. And you want to play so that a grand slam doesn't beat you. He's going for the throat right now.
Here's a 1-0. That's a strike from Duffy.
Big reason both teams got here, they put the ball in play. So the Royals failed to do that in the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's Crawford's turn to get a productive out.
Lead runner is Belt at 3rd with the infield in. Trail runner is Morse. Down and away, 2-1 with Blanco next. There's Belt, there's Morse, who has an RBI hit.
Bumgarner's probably a little upset he's not hitting right now.
No doubt.
This is his spot if it was a National League game.
Here's a 2-1. That's on the outside corner. A good pitch, 2-2.
Expect Bruce Bochy to stay aggressive and put a contact play on with the runner on 3rd. Big ground ball, infield in, send him anyway. You have a trail runner behind him, and you also have a 4-run lead.
That skips in, and Perez picks it.
Well, he changed his motion right there on Crawford. He went with a little bit of a slide step, which you usually don't see second and third in this situation. Instead of lifting his leg and giving his normal delivery.
It's not been a good postseason for James Shields. He's now watching with the rest of us. A 3-2 pitch coming to Crawford. That walk will him up. So the bases are loaded. Blanco coming up. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile, by the Lincoln Motor Company, and the first ever MKC, and by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Here's Blanco.
I just feel like you got to make this point that they bunted him up, knowing that you have Crawford, Blanco, and Panic, 3 left-handed hitters coming. You don't see this that often in the ball we've been playing in 2014. Matchups and lefty, here comes a right-handed hitter. I love it. I think it's so unique, but it's the way that the Giants have been playing. My best players are going to play, and Bochy has confidence that they will come through.
Blanco 1 for 2. 3 RBIs this postseason. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Duffy's trying to keep the Royals in the game. 1-1.
And if you're the Royals, it's a tough situation because he's got to basically hit a bullet at somebody to double him up. He runs that good.
25-year-old left-hander Danny Duffy, 3rd-round pick in 07. Never in a tighter spot. Now behind 2-0. That'll bring Perez to the mound.
Well, you talked about Duffy being a starter, and to bring a starter in a situation like this when they're not accustomed to it, usually creatures of habit. I mean, start at the beginning of an inning or the beginning of a game to bring him in a situation when it's red hot. Sometimes
you got to find out what he can do.
The way you'd like to see him react.
What an opportunity here for Gregor Blanco, who's playing in place of the injured Angel Pagan. He's the typical center fielder, leadoff man for the Giants, and a vital piece missing out of the bad back. Blanco's chance, 2-0, 2-1.
What he's taking all the way right here.
Got a lot of confidence that he's going to see the same pitch on 2-1 that you see 2-0. Fastball.
And misses for ball 3.
Look, this is a tough get right here. When you're all over the place and then you paint one on the black, it's kind of hard to get that pitch. I know it's easy to say, that's a strike. But when the guy has been all over the place, it is tough to give him that strike. On the black, on the corner.
Now a 3-1 count. Blanco takes low, and that'll force home a run. 5-0 on a bases loaded walk. And a visit from Dave Island as big damage is being done here in the 4th. And a 5-run lead now for Madison Bumgarner.
Well, Howard, earlier you talked about the body language of James Shields, and right now with Dave Island out there, the body language of Danny Duffy, there's no question he's telling you that's someone really fighting himself right now. Mechanics, rhythm, everything right now in battle for Danny Duffy to find the plate.
Let me explain here why it's so tough to give that pitch to him. You're the umpire, you're sitting there, you're zoning in on the pitch, okay? Here's a breaking ball. Here's a cutter away. He's struggling. The catcher comes out to get the fastball right down the middle. And then to get this pitch right here, and he's been all over with 3 hitters already, it's tough to give him that pitch. You got your zone set up where the pitcher's missing. It's tough to give it. just is.
Now Panik, who is 0 for 2, lined out his last time. This bounces in. There is activity for the Royals out in their bullpen. As this has been all Giants here tonight. That's Tim Collins. That's a strike. Make it 1 ball, 1 strike.
You see him really jumping after releasing the baseball, almost like something's not right with his feet or the mound. It doesn't seem comfortable upon release.
He's trying to get a rhythm too. He's asking, give me the ball back, quit talking, let's go.
Breaking ball is a strike. Duffy's defense mentioned that game 1 of the division series. That was 19 days ago that he last got into a game when it mattered. The rookie second baseman waiting for a 1-2.
There's no doubt the stuff is there to pitch out of the jam, and the big thing for Duffy, if they can get him going, they need length out of him in this game now. You can't have him replaced here in the 4th inning. You want to get him the guy that's going to take you to the 7th inning or so and give them a chance to get the bullpen righted for the rest of the series. It's a big out.
Here's Posey. Buster with a base hit, then was thrown out at the plate that long 1st inning. Lined out his next time. He's locked in. And he pops it up right side. Will it stay in play? Oki is there, and the inning is over. But 2 more runs on the board for the Giants. 1 and an RBI, base hit by Morse, the other on a bases loaded walk. 5-0 San Francisco after 3.5. Royals and all of baseball, the MLB.com shop. Juan Perez stays in the game, no surprise. He's in left where Ishikawa started. And a strike from Madison Bumgarner to Billy Butler, who led off the 2nd with a base hit. Butler, Gordon, Perez for the Royals, down 5-0 here in the 4th inning. We're going to visit with the veteran down in the dugout for the Royals. Not on the active roster. I know it's killing him. Our interview with Raul Ibanez brought to you by DirecTV. Raul, thanks for joining us. I know you want to be on the active roster. What's the feeling down there right now in that dugout?
Well, these guys are still fighting. This team is tenacious and it's relentless. And guys are still fighting. There's a lot of energy in here still and a lot of belief. And, you know, not the ideal start. But we've done this before, right?
You certainly have. Here's a pop-up right side. You've been around this game a long time. You came up first time in the big leagues in Seattle back in 1996. Can you put into words what it was like to be down there when you guys came back against John Lester and the A's? That was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really the most amazing game I've ever seen and been a part of, and just being down here. I mean, you have John Lester, one of the best pitchers in the game, standing on the mound in the 8th inning up by, 4-run lead late in the game. And the feeling in here was just, guys were yelling and screaming and everybody was pulling for each other and a lot of excitement, a lot of desire in here to win. And coming back in that game, that was just extraordinary.
Here's Gordon, takes a strike.
Bro, as the game's going on, obviously everybody's talking about the pitcher you're facing. How do you solve Madison Bumgarner?
Well, I think our guys put some good at-bats on him, especially early on. I think, the first 5 guys swung the bats well, put good swings on them, and Gordon hit the line drive, semi-soft line drive to short. He stayed on him pretty good, but he's definitely a tough pitcher. He's a guy that you got to stay on and stay after. He throws, knows how to pitch, and he's got good stuff.
And Raul, how about your own pitcher, James Shields? Certainly we're not used to seeing him throw like that in the postseason.
No, definitely not. This guy's a warrior. He's the guy that you want out there, and he's one of the toughest competitors you'll ever see and you'll ever meet. And today didn't exactly go his way, but look for him to bounce back and put up a great start next time.
We keep talking about what Hunter Pence has done as an emotional leader for the Giants. You called a meeting and helped turn things around. A meeting in Chicago and kind of snap these guys back into place. Am I right?
You know, that would be. I think we did it together. You know, it's a collective effort, and you know, we got together, and it was a good time to get together. I thought it was a good time to get together. I went to some of the guys that had been here a while, and you know, see what their thoughts were. And yeah, we got together and collectively, you know, set some goals for ourselves and you know, turn this thing around. But you know, it's definitely a group effort. Everybody, you're only as good as your audience, right? And so you know, it's great to be able to say some things to some great players and some incredibly talented players. And that was really the gist of it, was you know, to tell them, you know, what tremendous talent they have and what they look like from the other side.
Full count now on Gordon. Well, you can't see a monitor, but we're showing the numbers since that meeting. The Royals have the best record in Major League Baseball. The ERA just over 3. The stolen bases. And for you, Raul, a guy in his second tour with Kansas City, this is a much different feeling in the ballpark with these fans than the first time you were here.
It's just fantastic. I mean, the energy in here, you know, the energy, the buzz around town is just amazing, and it's they're excited. They're hungry. They've been dying for this for 29 years, and you have a generation of fans that never saw winning baseball in Kansas City. So for them to connect to this team with these great personalities and so much talent here, and you know, for the record, you know, one of our goals during that meeting was to become the best team in baseball from that point on, and we were able to do it collectively.
So now 2 out, nobody on. Here's Salvador Perez. So we're not flying into it at the end of the inning. Raul, first of all, it's been a joy to watch you. And secondly, thanks for taking some time out and talking to us here tonight in Game 1.
Thank you, guys. My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. That is Raul Ibanez, 42-year-old outfielder, DH. Not active, but certainly one of the emotional leaders down in that dugout for Ned Yost. Here's strike 2 on Salvador Perez.
I so badly wanted to go, Raul, how long are you going to play, man? 42, looking good, hanging around still. He's having an impact on those kids, man. That's what really it's all about for him right now. I know him, and I know that's what he's about.
He's still listening because he likes that headset. He can do this the next chapter of his life. Here is a check swing. Perez went around, and Posey will just tag him out to end the inning. Perez is saying it's a foul ball. They appeal to the first base umpire. They're going to try to get help. Perez is saying he tipped it. Right now, it's being called strike 3 in the end of the inning. We'll obviously get multiple looks at it. Bounces in and clearly hit his bat.
Yeah, he did.
But that's why Perez didn't run.
You see the umpires get together.
They got it right. They are saying foul ball.
It's the old cricket play right there. Hit it on the short hop.
That ball's a swing before you.
Dave was right. It was a swing, but it bounced and hit the bat. So foul ball.
Perez bounced back into a double play his first time up. Bounces in 1-2.
They tried it another time. You're going to check again? Maybe he'll miss it on this one. I mean, that came back with the same pitch. It's almost like when a guy swings and hits a ball to his foot, and they say, all right, there's still another one in there. Let him hit his foot again.
2 out, nobody on. Perez, 4 out of 35 this postseason, the end of a long year. A strikeout, and that's 4. And all 4 have come over the last 2 innings for Bumgarner in charge, up 5-0 after 4. Back after this from your local Fox station. Put it on. Pablo Sandoval first up as we go into the 5th inning of Game 1. Sandoval doubled into the right field corner his first time for an RBI, then scored on the home run by Hunter Pence. Giants led 3-0 in the first inning. Bumgarner's taking care of the rest. It's a 5-run game. Strike 1. Danny Duffy will do what Harold said last inning, try to get some length out of the bullpen to take the load off that terrific group that's behind him in the pen for the Royals. Looking ahead to tomorrow, trying to keep his team in at strike 2.
Well, a couple things with that. You know, you got to think about there's a series being played. If you're looking at being able to have that bullpen healthy through 7 games. The other thing, Joe, I was talking to Pablo Sandoval before the game, and I said, when was the last time you hit right-handed? We've been following, what, for 2 weeks we did the National League. We haven't seen him hit right-handed at all. All day, brother.
Here's the 2, and it's fouled back and out of play. He likes that right field corner. Go back to the 2012 All-Star game. He was batting left-handed against Justin Verlander, and he rocked one into the corner to unload the bases. Also in the first inning tonight, hooks one down into the corner, and that was against Shields. So batting lefty, that's his favorite spot. Here's a foul off the plate. The count stays 0-2 on Sandoval. The NL won that game in 2012 8-0, and that was the year the Giants had home field advantage in the World Series. Didn't matter. They swept the Tigers 4-0.
The common denominator on those 2 hits, other than location where they landed, location of the pitches. Breaking balls that were really well out of the strike zone. This guy's a nightmare to pitch to. Barrel up just about anything.
He chops it foul. A guy who has now reached in 24 consecutive postseason games. He is in the top 10 on that list. Miguel Cabrera, #1 all-time, 31 straight.
I'll tell you what, he is so impressive. You know, we always talk about so many other players that are slow down the big moments. Well, you watch the All-Star game, he continues to perform every postseason. Time to give him some credit for being a big-time player himself.
I agree with you. I think he's actually a better player in this environment of October. I didn't say that about a lot of guys, but during the season, maybe he'll give away some at-bats. He's super aggressive. You see taking that pitch right there. He's shown more patience this October as well.
Free agent to be waits, fouls it back, and a guy who was hitting 173 the second week of May. So he came to spring training. Sandoval was trimmed down, looking for a deal in a negotiation. It never happened. Looked like he was pressing early. By the end of the year, the numbers were back at 279, 16 home runs, 73 RBIs. And great in October. That's from the hole at short. Escobar shows off his arm. One away.
Yeah, what a sight from the press box up here. Watching him field this ball and throw a bullet. We're going to be so fortunate by the end of this to see 2 shortstops in Crawford and Escobar. That just the arm strength across the diamond is beautiful. It's one of the beauties of baseball to see a guy cover that kind of range and be able to throw a ball on a dart across the diamond.
Here's Pence, 1 a night, 2-run home run, a double and a run scored. He's up there hammering it, strike 1.
He loves that high fastball, no question about it. Watch where this pitch is. Doesn't have to be a strike for a lot of these Giants hitters to go chasing it.
Choked up on the bat, looking for hit number 3 of the night. Going to take a good play from Escobar. Gloves, throws, down 2-1.
See how Hosmer played this ball too? I love this. Reminds me of Willie Montañez going way back in the day. But watch how he comes and gets this. And the presentation is that this ball gets there sooner than it does. Come get it, snatch it, and act like you know what you're doing and kind of play the umpire into making the call. Now, I know we have replay nowadays, and they'll go back and look at it, but the way he presented it makes that look even better.
See Eric Cooper, the first base umpire, got it right, beat him by half a step. Duffy trying to restore order after a 2-run top of the 4th. Got 2 out, nobody on, ball 1 to Belt. Bit of an issue now with Shields, who is the front man in this rotation. Tonight, can't get an out in the 4th inning. No decision in the wild card game, went 5. Won game 3 of the division series against the Angels. He went 5 in the ALCS game 1, allowed 4 runs on 10 hits. Tonight's 5 runs on 7 hits. Just 3+ innings. Moustakas out of his reach. The count 2-1. So you look at the two starters. Pitching comparison brought to you by HP, and Madison Bumgarner doing more of what we've just flat out come to expect.
Yeah, he struggled out the gate too. You know, the Royals had some good swings at him. He settled in. But I do look at Shields' line, Tom, a little concerned about him.
Yeah, I think it's easier to throw away based on the 10 days of rest coming in.
The shortest start since 2008 for James Shields. Count 3-1 on Belt.
I'll go back to the 2007 World Series. Jeff Francis took the mound. The 12 days of rest. Colorado, not sharp at all. Lasted only 4 innings.
Beginning of a 4-game sweep by the Red Sox. That's popped up behind the plate. That's a full count.
Well, I think, Tom, you nailed it at the beginning of the game with Shields. It's the touch and feel of the changeup for him. Now, I know he was up to 93, 94, but you look at him more of a touch and feel pitcher than a guy that's going to reach back and try to blow it by you.
This crowd hasn't quit in game 1. You know, the Royals won't either. Sends us into the bottom of the inning. A game that has been dominated by San Francisco so far. They know what to do in October. Here they are in the World Series again. And in game 1, lead 5-0. And up above, our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven. Madison Bumgarner pitched in the World Series at the age of 21, the age of 23, now at the age of 25. He's pitched 19 consecutive scoreless innings to start his World Series career, second longest all time. Christy Mathewson. Here's a pop-up right side. Pence is coming to get it. Long run. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Let's take a look at his grips right here. First, you're going to start with the fastball. That's his bread. Now you're going to go to the cutter, which is his butter. There's a changeup right there. Don't throw too many of those. That's the cutter. That's the equalizer. And mix in the curveball. But I like what he's done today is he's added and subtracted. He threw a 67-mile-an-hour curveball to Perez, well below his normal speed. And he's flipping cutters up there at 86, 85, and normally it's 88, 89.
Fastball at 92 for a strike to Moustakas, who doubled his first time.
You know what's impressive, too, is he's changed his game, his approach, his attack. Midway, they made an adjustment.
1 ball, 1 strike.
He was living away against the right-handers, and we were used to seeing him pound in. Second time around, he started busting them in with the cutters, even hit a cane in the ankle.
There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
That is almost unhittable for a left-hander, if you ask me. That is a nasty pitch. Coming out of the hand, it's a cutter. It looks like a fastball. In the last second, it's breaking, and the break on it is late and big.
Moustakas able to lay off the pitch. 2-2.
See how Buster Posey's having to catch these? He's starting with his glove presented normal and he ends up having to reach. The ball's got that much run. That's the run he had his last outing. He didn't have that at the beginning of this game.
The MVP of the NLCS is Madison Bumgarner. And he took something off, flipped it in there at 67 and gets strikeout number 5.
And this guy makes his living on pounding hitters inside with heat. The breaking ball equalizer today. See the curveball grip. He's got that middle finger on the seam. Will pull down with that, push up with the thumb, get the rotation. Watch when he releases this ball. You'll see the pronation of the hand. Natural pronation, loose lip. And here's that 67-mile-an-hour curveball. Wow. Again, adding and subtracting off all of his pitches.
Now Escobar. Alcides came up with second and third. Nobody out in the third inning. Down 3-0. He struck out. Aoki struck out. And after a walk to Kane, Hosmer chopped one to the right side, grounded out. Really the only threat of the night for Kansas City.
Yeah, they had a big opportunity that inning. Second and third, no outs. And Joe, you're talking about the inning scoreless streak. That was the inning that you thought, okay, he's going to give something up here.
Here's his 1-1. That's into right. Pence is there. And that's 5 shutout innings put out by Madison Bumgarner, who is rapidly becoming one of the best postseason pitchers we've seen in a long, long time. Game 1, 6th inning. Giants bat up 5. RP, real possibilities. By the new Samsung Galaxy Note 4, the next big thing is here. 6th inning rolls in. Michael Morse is first up, the DH. Does he like that role? For more on that, let's go down to the field and Kenny Rosenthal.
Well, Joe, Michael Morse entered the night .217 career hitter in 129 plate appearances as a DH. He said the problem was he would tend to dwell on his poor at-bats, nitpick them when he should be out in the field. So his plan tonight was to mimic the experience of being out in the field, ride the stationary bike, move around in the dugout, stay on his feet.
Tonight he's 1 for 2 with an RBI single as last time in that 2-run fourth.
Well, it's working, I guess.
He leads it off here in 6th.
You know what's difficult for Mike Morse is he was a shortstop, believe it or not, in the Mariners system when he was first coming up. And when you're used to being in the middle infield, you're always in every pitch. Sometimes outfielders, don't get me wrong, guys, they drift away at times, but middle infielders are always locked in. That's a tough transition.
DH waits and fouls it back at a good swing.
You know, Brandon Crawford still doesn't believe that big Mike Morse came up as a shortstop. He's asking for video proof.
He did. He had 40 home runs. I remember when he was in the Mariners system in A-ball, he had like 40 homers and he was a shortstop. I'm thinking, man, all right, the next great one coming.
Yeah, next A-Rod.
Yeah.
Morse on 1 and 2. Hits it in the air down the line. Hooking is foul.
It's a good pitch. I know he pulled it foul. Watch him pull the hands in, but that's exactly what Duffy wants to do. You're either going to hit this foul or you're going to miss it. And now he's set up for a pitch away if he wants to go ahead and get him. That's a good pitch. Now you got him looking in a little bit more, protecting inside.
Duffy has retired 5 straight. Jams it. Stays 1 and 2.
Duffy's a great story. 4 years ago, he walked out of the Royals camp. He was finished with baseball. 21 years old, wasn't sure he wanted to play baseball, and actually stayed away for a few months, as he said, to reassess life priorities. Fell back in love with the game, and here he is in the World Series.
And bringing it on 1 and 2. A strikeout is his 3rd.
When it came back, they decided to throw cutters in on his hands. And this ball shooting in after the foul ball home run on the breaking pitch. So he actually had him set up not only outside, but in as well. It's a little more power.
So 1 out. The batter will be Juan Perez, who took over for Ishikawa in the 4th inning when Bruce Bochy sent him up to bunt. Did his job. Valuable piece off the bench for the Giants. Ball 1 upstairs.
I think a lot of people were shaking their head when he bunted and moved runners to second and third in that inning. And what was it, 3-0 or 4-0 at the time?
4-0.
And then you had 3 straight left-handers to come in to bat.
As Danny Duffy had taken over, and what followed was a walk to load him up and a walk to force home a run.
Yeah, and I think because of the way Brandon Crawford has been swinging against the left-handers in the postseason, facing Choate and always having the tough matchup left-hander that they went to get, whether it was the Dodgers or the Cardinals, I think it gave the confidence in Bruce Bochy that, yeah, they're going to have an infield in or somebody drawn to a position. He'll put the ball in play and get my run.
Here's the 1-1. Strike 2.
The last point on that, Joe, I think because he had Madison Bumgarner on the mound, you make that move and try to go ahead and step on their throat right there, that half inning.
Bumgarner is taking care of the throat stepping to this point.
Sure have.
Here's a 1-2. That's inside, 2-2.
Bumgarner's been so good that I've been sitting there trying to think of things to say about the Royals, but he has just shut that down. He's been that good. You have to talk about it. He's the story right now.
Lost to Kansas City here during the regular season when the Royals in August put up a sweep. Here's one into left center field. It's Kane for out number 2.
Danny Duffy, to me, uses every bit of his height. Watch the length of this stride and the reach towards home plate with the release point. Tremendously long stride, cutting down the distance between the mound and the plate. That will add a mile or two to your fastball. In real time, that's some serious arm speed. Danny Duffy, as a high school freshman, was 5'4" and threw 70 miles an hour. Boy, has he grown up.
He's trying to touch mid-90s here in World Series game number 1.
Bring some shadow.
Here's Crawford. 2 out, nobody on. Brandon 0 for 1. Second time he's faced Duffy, strike 1.
What a sight, though. Just see Kane gliding after that ball in center field. It reminded me of Devon White going back in the day when Devo used to just take those galloping lobes. It looked so easy. Man, he and Gordon were both just gliding. They're fun to watch. This is going to be fun to watch these guys run balls down.
This is a great defensive outfield in Kansas City. Covering a lot of acreage out in the outfield here at Kauffman Stadium. Gold Glover in left, Kane in center, Aoki in right. Dyson coming off the bench late.
You know, he's in such better rhythm than he was when he first came in the game, and you can just clearly see he's not fighting, he's not snatching the ball back. He's like, give it to me, I'm feeling good, and here it comes.
To the right side, got to get over and cover. Duffy is there for you. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Aoki, Kane, and Hosmer coming up. All San Francisco so far, and Bumgarner up 5-0. Can they crack the code of Madison Bumgarner? No runs, 2 hits allowed, showing Bunt taking the ball. He's got the infielders moving all over the place.
Yeah, and here's where you start pecking away if you're the Royals, and I love the fact he's got Sandoval pulled in. He's taking first pitch, looking to bunt, looking to make something happen.
Pitch number 78 is in for strike 1.
We noticed before the game that the area in front of home plate, that they watered down more to keep it harder. The Royals hit more ground balls than any team in baseball. Bumgarner, strikeout fly ball pitcher.
Good job by Aoki to lay off that pitch, 2-1.
What Bumgarner's done against the Royals in this hot streak that the others did not do is have a starting pitcher go deep in the game. The Tigers didn't do it. The Orioles didn't do it.
Left side for Crawford. Aoki slams his bat down as he heads down the line. 1 out. The Geico in-game box score for Kansas City. Only 2 hits. One belongs to Butler. That came leading off in the second. A double play ball followed. And the other a double to set up second and third. Nobody out in the third inning. But Bumgarner took over. He struck out 5. Since then, walked only 1.
Yeah, and I said Tigers. I should have said Angels because they played the Angels. And the Orioles played the Tigers, right? That's what happened when I got caught up in the National League doing all their games.
1 out, nobody on for Lorenzo Cain. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. Strike 1.
Yeah, but to your point, Harold, I think it's really been a bullpen postseason. Bumgarner 4 times already has pitched 7 innings. No other starter has done it the second time this postseason.
Different game. It really is. And I think the trend's going to continue. You know, as we continue to talk about pitch counts and worrying about protecting arms and the investments that have been put into pitchers, how can you blame front offices? I think it's going to become more of a bullpen game now.
Cain trying to get on for the 3rd time tonight with 1 out. In the hole 1 and 2. Eric Hosmer is on deck. Kind enough to wear a microphone for us tonight here in game 1. We'll give you some of his sound from the first 5 innings here tonight.
I had to double take. I looked down like he's going to talk to us right now.
No. It's one way. Here's a 1-2. Cain fouls it back. .32 straight scoreless on the road now for Madison Bumgarner in the postseason as he continues to add to his MLB record. Two, and Cain has shown some good patience here in this World Series game 1.
Well, and this is the versatility of Lorenzo Cain. He can hit at the top of the order and act as a leadoff guy, and he can hit in the middle of the order like we're seeing tonight with the guy that can drive some runs and have a little pop.
Pop foul backing out of play. This is the 2nd time the 2 wild card teams have met in the World Series. The only other time in 2002 when the Giants and the Angels met. That was a 7-game series won by the Angels. What are we going to get out of this series? Bumgarner doing his thing. 2 evenly matched clubs coming in. That's off the plate. Tough play. Crawford got the high hop. 2 out. With Hosmer walking in, give you some of his night through that microphone.
Blanco ran that thing down like it was nothing. Yeah, you guys got bad wind over there, huh? Cutter's slow, huh?
Yeah, it's like
slider.
All the way across, too.
It's a slider.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
looked up at it. I was like 86.
Yeah.
Jesus. Probably the first to it the first time.
Yeah.
Man who's got a haircut named after him, the Haas, that modified mohawk. They love him here, and why not? Came in hitting .448 this postseason.
I love the inside conversations, and particularly him and Moustakas trying to figure out what Bumgarner's throwing. That's the pitch right there he's wondering about.
3 things you absolutely need to know about Eric Hosmer, 3rd overall pick in 08. He and his teammates picked up a bar tab after the sweep of the Angels. 15 grand worth. Wow. And that modified mohawk. Kids, adults, young and old across the Kansas City area have trying out the Haas. Here's a 2-0.
I was thinking about the zoom haircut. Gerard Dace. How about that one? A good look. Here you go. This is the most popular cut in Kansas City right now.
Did you ever do that, Tom?
Yeah, I'd do that. Sure.
Yeah, right. Joe, did you ever rock the mohawk when you were
I got
younger?
nothing to say.
I had a throw up. Just saying.
2-1 to count. 2 out, nobody on. Foul back here, 2-2. Steve Horn, our editorial consultant, digging through the books and reminded us that back in '85, the World Series they keep talking about, the Royals went down 0-2 after 2 games. And 1-3 after 4. They were the first team, the Royals in '85, to lose the first 2 games at home and win the World Series. There's a haircut. Trade in the haircut for a rally. 2 out, nobody on, and another foul. He's got some big swings against Bumgarner.
You know, I think people forget about Eric Hosmer playing on the WBC, and that is a star-studded team that he was picked to be a part of it. And this is one of the up-and-coming young, great stars of baseball. The first pitch-hit-and-run kid to play in the big leagues.
Here he is, the first baseman for Kansas City on 2-2. Reaches out. Bumgarner makes the play, gets the out. He's already caught a line drive, and now in self-defense knocks one down and gets Hosmer at first. He's doing it all. Only thing he can't do tonight because the DH is hit. He can pitch, he can field. 5-0 back after this from your local Fox station. And Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner's still in there, as is Danny Duffy, who's done a nice job out of the pen. Took over in the 4th. Top of the order for San Francisco. That means Blanco, and that's ball 1 to Gregor, who walked with the bases loaded against Duffy back in that 2-run 4th to pick up an RBI. His 4th of this postseason. He singled and scored a run tonight as well, and he waits. Swings through it, straight walk.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Royals look back on this game, the saving grace has been Danny Duffy as you start to head through this game and on through the rest of the series. If he's out of here in the 4th when he was struggling like that, and they go to college, next thing you know, you're going through your whole bullpen. It makes it very difficult the rest of the way out.
Here is a 1-1. Blanco takes ball 2. American League won the All-Star game in Minneapolis, so AL, in this case the Royals, have home field advantage in this World Series, and that's not a small thing. That's fouled away. Since 1982, the home field teams have won 25 of the 31 World Series, including the last 5 straight.
10 of the last 11. Big advantage when you get to a Game 7, if you happen to get there. No one on the road has won a Game 7 since 1979.
Here is a 2-2. Ball 3.
Blanco, Panik, Crawford all give you tough at-bats, particularly facing the left-handers when you think, oh, you got to have a matchup. Looks like they bear down even more, almost like it's a prideful thing. I'm not giving in.
A leadoff walk, second walk that Blanco has drawn Duffy. Here's a matchup for tomorrow. Jake Peavy, who got the start in Game 3 last year for the Red Sox, the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, take on Ventura. Giordano is the young, hard-throwing right-hander who can touch 100 miles per hour.
If you have not seen that kid pitch, you are in for an absolute treat. You call, not many times you'll see a starting pitcher go out there and hit triple digits, he can do it.
Here is a guy who is a rookie in the big leagues, and his composure belies his last name. It's Panik, and he has shown anything but. And he's been good in the late innings since coming up from the minor leagues. Here he is batting in seventh, and in this spot on during the regular season and postseason, this kid, and he is that. He's hit .358.
I mean, you spend time around it, but to watch him play, you just appreciate it more. I go back to even the first inning. The ball he hits in the left center field, and Blanco's able to tag up and get the second. Breaks the inning open. There's no double play opportunity for Shields to get out of that inning.
That's strike two.
Tom, you were talking a lot about his two-strike.
Yeah, you get a chance to see it again here. Now, Duffy got him last time. Only the second time he's punched out this entire postseason. He said that goes back to his days at St. John's. It was a point of emphasis. Battle every single pitch.
Told the story during the NLCS that Panik's father grew up in the Bronx, so he grew up a Yankee fan. And just because of the timing, the first guy that he really latched onto with the Yankees was Wade Boggs. Most of us identify more with the Boston Red Sox. But that's what led Panik to becoming a left-handed hitter. Here's one into right center field. That ball is down for base hit. Gets by Aoki. Panik is going to dig for second. Blanco all the way around on an RBI triple by the rookie. It's 6-0. As the Giants add to their lead, a walk and a triple here in the seventh.
I think his strength fools you because it looks like he's fooled on the pitch. You see him out in front, and the ball just continues to take off on Aoki. Instead of taking an angle back to maybe cut that ball off, I think he thought he had a chance, and right there he realized it's going to be by him. Panik's stronger than you think. The ball he hit the left center field took off on Kane, who ran that ball down.
Just to finish, that's why Panik became a left-handed batter. He said, if I had come along and the first guy I saw was Jeter, I'd be a right-handed batter. But he homered in Game 5 in the NLCS, and now here tonight he has an RBI triple in the World Series. Pitching change with Collins coming in for Kansas City. 6-0. Joe Panik is on at third with an RBI triple. Buster Posey with the infield drawn in. Waits for the first from Collins. In for strike one, and with that RBI triple, Panik becomes the second Giants rookie to hit a triple in the World Series, joining Hall of Famer Bill Terry back in 1924. That's foul, dangerous between Panik and Flannery. Strike two.
Joe, what makes a good two-strike hitter? Look at his front side, the way it will stay back here. Duffy's trying to get him out front on the breaking ball. His approach, two strikes, let the fastball get deep and don't get out front on that front side.
Line drive caught for the out. Posey hit it hard, but right at Hosmer, one away.
Wade Boggs would have been proud.
Just watching Eric Hosmer. Defensively, we watch him have some nice swings. You can see why he's one of the elite young players coming in baseball.
And I'll tell you, tomorrow night, Game 2 of this World Series is Sandoval stands in and takes a ball. This is a tough lineup for any right-hander right now to try and navigate. And the guy who will try and do that for the Giants is Jake Peavy. They've got some thump with their lefties. That skips in 2-0.
Plus, it changes the dynamic of holding runners, too. I know they haven't had a lot of traffic on the bases, but a left-hander, whether you have a good move or not, and Bumgarner's done a nice job of giving them a look. Just a guy looking at you holding the ball gives you a different thought. But when you have that right-hander with his back to you, you start thinking about running a little bit more.
Meanwhile, Bumgarner rolling. He'll work the bottom of the 7th inning. Up by at least 6. Bullpen is quiet. 2-1 on Sandoval trying to jump on a 2-0 pitch.
Well, we've watched him now have about 7 or 8 pitches from the right side. He's getting better with every swing. I said earlier, we haven't seen him hit right-handed in 2 weeks.
Since October 7th. Since game 4 of the Division Series. The last time the switch hitter Sandoval faced a lefty. That's through the left side for an RBI base hit. It makes it 7-0, and Sandoval now has 12 multi-hit games in his postseason career.
Well, his last at bat off of Duffy, put the ball in play, hit that bullet to Escobar, threw him out. Same approach, and again, a ball down, whether it's right-handed or left-handed. Sandoval covering everything from the head to the toes. Having a big postseason career. It really is.
Here's Hunter Pence. Only 1 out in the inning, and Pence looks at a breaking ball from Collins, strike 1. Two-run shot by Pence in the first, a double, a run scored in the 4th, grounded out in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike from Collins. If you're seeing the Royals for the first time this postseason, their formula is to try and get a lead after 6 and then go to their top 3 relievers, and they have been shut down. Herrera, Davis, and Holland. A power bullpen, but the pitching of Madison Bumgarner and the hitting of the Giants has foiled that plan for Ned Yost.
That's how you beat them. A club that runs and puts the ball in play, you get out in front, too.
2-1. That'll get back to the screen, down to second. Sandoval with 1 out.
Looks like a changeup here that Perez doesn't cover the hole between the legs. The ball stays down through the wickets.
How about the importance of game 1 as we work here on October 21st? The winner of game 1 has won 10 of the last 11 World Series. 09 is the exception. The Phillies and the Yankees winning. Look at what the Giants have done in the World Series game 1 going back to 2010. 2012 have outscored the opposition 26-10. They're not finished.
They come ready to play. Interesting stat we saw there too this postseason. The winner of game 1 has won every series so far. 6 out of 6.
I really think Gregor Blanco set the trend too, guys. The base hit, first at bat, and how hard he rounded the base. Came back to tag up, to go to third, and to go to second base, and now you got the middle of that order without an opportunity to get a ground ball. He kind of set the trend of we're coming at you, we're coming hard.
There's a strike to Brandon Belt.
I'll go back to that pitching matchup where Bumgarner staying on routine schedule, pitching again on the 5th day, but lights out the entire postseason. And Shields trying to get it done on 10 days of rest.
Breaking ball's a good one, strike 2. This is the 11th postseason game for the Giants. This postseason, and it's Bumgarner's 5th start. So they are riding their left-hander, and he is up to the task yet again. The 0-2.
You know, the amazing thing, Joe, and you've seen this more than we have, is Bruce Bochy is like, check your attitude at the door. You know, one year it's Kane, one year it's Lincecum. Now we're talking about Bumgarner, and it's I'm riding the guy who is the guy. And everybody else can check your attitude at the door, and they've all bought into it.
What do you think it is that makes Bruce Bochy so effective, not just as a manager in October, but getting his team through a season? His touch is about as good as there is in the game.
To me, the two most important things a manager has to do is get your guys prepared to play, and once the game starts, manage the bullpen. To me, there's nobody better at those two things. And when I say managing a bullpen, he does not wear them out. That's a big part of it.
A strikeout for out number 2.
Well, I think the other thing too, Joe, is your bench and being able to let guys know you're a valuable part. You're going to play, and I'm going to use my whole 25-man roster. He does a great job of that.
Yeah, there are people that said coming in that if Bruce Bochy wins another World Series, he stamps his ticket for the Hall of Fame. I don't know that he even has to win a 3rd World Series, but he's managing in his 4th. He took the Padres to the Fall Classic in '98.
Yeah, I think I have it already, Joe. And this run with the Giants, 31-11 in the postseason coming into this game. Well, it's not an accident.
You get a vote, don't you, Tom? Lucky dog.
2 on, 2 out. Batter is Morse. The H1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Yeah! And now he flies one into shallow right center. Long run. Kane will take it. The inning is over. But 2 more runs are put up by the Giants, who behind Madison Bumgarner lead 7-0 in game 1. Tonight, following to stand up and honor the military service members and veterans who have served our country. As part of its Express Your Thanks program, Bank of America will donate $1 for each person in attendance tonight toward its goal of giving $1 million to nonprofits dedicated to helping our troops succeed here at home. And now for the introduction of God Bless America, we go to public address announcer Mike McCartney.
And now for the singing of God Bless America, please welcome retired Naval Petty Officer First Class Generald Wilson.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Wow. Generald Wilson, God Bless America. By participating in tonight's standing salute, the fans here in Kansas City, some of them service members and veterans themselves, just helped Bank of America reach its goal of hitting 1 million expressions of support and raising $1 million for Welcome Back Veterans and Wounded Warrior Project. Thank you. Beautiful night in Kansas City, mid-60s. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven. What more do you want out of your ace, your horse? What the Giants have now come to expect out of Madison Bumgarner, who starts Billy Butler with strike 1.
He's been incredible. I like the fact of how he's made an adjustment. He struggled through there the 3rd inning and got out of that big jam. But now we're watching him throw the cutter back in the hand. He's got the movement again. Sharp.
Steal.
Is this guy built for October or what? Built like a brick house. 254 innings deep into this season. There's no drop off in his stuff at all.
Spreads out, shows that wingspan, and flings it home. This is down and in ball 2.
Tom, you sound amazed.
Well, because we pay so much attention to innings, and especially for young pitchers, we forget he's still only 25. And Bruce Bochy telling us, I don't have to worry about that with this guy. We watch him closely, of course, but a non-issue in terms of workload.
In the air, right center. Back on the track for a loud out number 1. The numbers starting to pile up for Madison Bumgarner, who's done it all tonight. Whatever's been in his control, even with the glove. Starting a double play. He's handled a couple of comebackers. He has struck out 5. He's walked only 1. He's allowed no runs on 2 hits. Now retired 11 straight. Here's Alex Gordon 0 for 2. In at the knees, strike 1.
Tom, I tell you, we spent a lot of time around the pitch with John Smoltz, Al Leiter, and Plesac. Big guys, right? And they always say you can't define a pitch count because everybody's body type and what they can do is different. You can't put a pitch limit on this guy.
Or an innings limit, as Tom said. They are piling up and wouldn't know it.
No, and really, the pitch count itself is a non-issue because he's so aggressive. He came into this game 70% strikes in the postseason. That's just crazy good.
Well, here's pitch number 100. 1 out in the 7th. Bell. Now 2 out in the 7th. 12 straight. Retired by the giant left-hander. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Bank of America, the official bank of Major League Baseball. By T-Mobile. And by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Here's to Budweiser. Here's to baseball. Here's Salvador Perez 0 for 2. And just 4 out of 36 in the postseason. Strike 1. If Bruce Bochy wants to go to the bullpen, the Giants may not have the flash that the Royals have out of their pen, but they have effective guys really no matter where you look.
This might be one of those games that Lincecum some work too. He hasn't pitched in a while, and if you're going to go there, it would be a bad time to maybe give him an opportunity.
That'd be gutsy,
knowing you need him later.
Here's a 1-1. Good rip. Strike 2.
I was thinking the same thing, Harold. I mean, you don't want to get him into a high leverage situation for the first time. 7-0. Maybe Bumgarner gets through this to the 8th. Maybe you give him 3 outs. Have him feel the ball in his hands, get on the mound, work out off some rust. You have him later in the series.
Madison saying, I'm going the distance. Forget that.
Here's a 1-2. That's hammered into left. Back near the wall. It is gone. And the Royals are on the board. It's 7-1. That's his first of the postseason.
Well, Joe, you talked about the layoff would be good for Salvador. You can clearly see he got to a cutter in on his hands that he wasn't able to reach in the last week and a half.
Now a strike to Infante.
Watch this ball start to cut back over the plate, and he hammers it out front.
first run in 32 2/3 innings on the road. Now Infante, shallow center, and Crawford's got it to end the inning. He can go to his left, he can go to his right, he can go back on the ball and catch it over his shoulder. Royals are on the board, shutout gone. Still all Giants, 7-1 after 7 in game 1. Has transformed unknowns into global superstars. It's about to begin again. American Idol Superstars Made Here premieres this January on Fox. 8th inning now, 7-1 game. It's Juan Perez, Brandon Crawford, and Gregor Blanco against the left-hander Collins. 3+ innings for Shields, 5 runs, 7 hits. 3+ innings for Duffy, 2 runs on a hit. He did walk 3. Javier Lopez, a left-hander, getting loose. Figures to be it tonight for Bumgarner. Over 100 pitches, up by 6. No need to push it. That's on the outside corner. Perez down looking one away.
You look at Bumgarner coming out. This is what gives us this indication that he's probably going to be finished. Coach says, big boy, we've got a long way to go still.
106 pitches over his 7 innings. And the team finally got to him in the World Series. 21 straight scoreless to begin his World Series pitching career.
I guess if you're going to give it up, you give it up on a home run. Not a little blooper or broken bat. Homer.
Quick and painless. Ball 1 down and away to Crawford, who's 0 for 2.
And I think as far as the pitching, Tom, you see Lopez up. They're back in their normal routine now, back to where they would be in a tight game.
It's the great thing about Bumgarner, giving you such length. Makes it a lot easier for a manager to cover 6 outs rather than 9 or 12. Every time this postseason, 5 starts, he's given Bruce Bochy at least 7 innings. Curt Schilling, the only pitcher in postseason to have more 7-inning starts in one postseason. Back in 2001, of course, he had 6 of them.
Here's a 1-1, 1 out, nobody on. We came on the air, Tom, talking about the importance of this game for the Giants with Bumgarner on the mound. And they're on their way to a victory.
Yeah, I thought it was more important for the Giants to win the game because it was Bumgarner. I'll go back to the Cardinals-Dodgers when the Cardinals beat Kershaw.
That's into left field, a base hit. It's nicely played by Gordon in left. And that's why the former third baseman wins Gold Glove Awards out there. What a play.
That was tremendous. And this is like a third baseman going to his left. Look how he scoops this ball and gets back to his feet and makes the throw like he's throwing to first base. I mean, that was textbook. Better than textbook because not a lot of people are able to make this play.
Especially left fielders in the game today.
You've got that right.
Sometimes they put the guy that can't run out left. Gordon can do it all.
Dale Swain, the hitting coach, telling me he can impact the game defensively in left field. Very few do that out of that position.
Batter now is Blanco. A strike off the outside corner. Alex Gordon left has 62 assists since 2011. That's 16 more than anybody else in the game because he'll charge the ball like he's still on the infield, come up gunning. He's got a great arm. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What's amazing is he's not a plus runner. He's pretty much an average runner, but his jumps on the ball and the routes he takes to get there, nobody better.
Well, you talk a lot about Rusty Kuntz if you've been following the Royals, the first base coach and outfield coach.
There's a 1-1 from Collins over below.
Working with these guys tirelessly, and I speak from personal experience when I was in Seattle and we had Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner were young outfielders, and Rusty worked those guys into being Gold Glove outfielders, and just his method of work every day.
Popped down foul territory. Moustakas. 2 out.
Joe, getting back to what I said about Kershaw, when you beat the other team's ace in game one, you flip the entire series. And now look at this. This is unbelievable to me. Taking nothing away because you're obviously getting experience on the mound for the Giants. 4 pitchers, 4 games, 3 pitchers, 4 games under 500. Never happened before in the World Series.
And that's how they'll line up. Games 2 through 4. There's Vogelsong on the left, Hudson on the right. We already heard from Jake Peavy, who was picked up from the Red Sox mid-season and really turned his year around. 1 on, 2 out. Panic flies one into center for Kane. Easy for Lorenzo. Bottom of the 8th inning rolls in. Time has not run out yet on the Royals. 9-1-2 coming up as they trail by 6. Moss. And by MasterCard, anytime, anywhere you use your MasterCard, you can get a priceless surprise. Aerial coverage tonight as the temperature drops a few degrees here in Kansas City, provided by Goodyear. With superior performing tires that knock it out of the park, Goodyear, more driven.
Felt that temperature drop.
Feels more like October here in the Midwest as Javier Lopez takes over. For Bumgarner, who goes 7, 1 run, 3 hits, struck out 5, walked only 1. Gave up his first World Series run in his 3rd start. The home run by Salvador Perez in the 7th.
Now, I know it's a 7-1 game, but I think this is an important at-bat for Moustakas as we go through the series, because they're going to bring Lopez in to get him out.
He's 1 for 2 tonight. Took a strike, now a ball.
In different situations when the game is tighter, this is the matchup you're going to get. Lopez against Moustakas, possibly Hosmer. He's that left-handed specialist.
That's down. Ball 2. We saw Strickland, the rookie right-hander, getting ready with Escobar on deck. I'd like to get Hunter Strickland into a game, working on some things. After allowing a lot of home runs this postseason, the left-handed batters, that's strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're wondering if Strickland has been tipping his pitches.
That's a good point, Joe, because when I thought about Lincecum, when I rethought about it, I should say, it really didn't make sense to run him into the game when you have the winning pieces, Bruce Bochy, part of the bullpen, when you do have a lead. And getting them on the mound is the priority, including Strickland.
Frazier, the right-hander, getting loose. Here's one back up the middle. Stabbed by Lopez, 1 away. It's a great Tom Watson on the left, World Golf Hall of Famer. Eric Stonestreet, Modern Family. There's our friend Paul Rudd, and that's Sung Woo Lee from South Korea, who is a Royals super fan, flown over here for the first 2 games here in Kansas City. And I can vouch for the fact that both Stonestreet and Rudd were here in the middle part of the year when the Royals were really struggling. So it's not just the, hey, the networks are around, let's show up because I'm from Kansas City and be on TV. Rudd and Stonestreet are diehard fans of both the Royals and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home this upcoming Sunday with a date against the Rams.
I'm laughing because Stonestreet was in the booth up here visiting.
Here's a line drive into center. Escobar on for the first time tonight.
Nice piece of hitting, taking the ball right back up the middle. Ball started to run on him. You see how he stayed with them the whole way. This is going to be a great view. Just taking it right back where he threw it from. Now to finish my point about Stonestreet real quick, I kept looking at him like, I know him from somewhere. Where do I know him from? And now I know.
The hit, Modern Family.
Yeah.
Here's Aoki. Last hitter for Lopez with a right-handed hitting Kane on deck. And Strickland in the bullpen. 1 on, 1 out. Royals down by 6. Strike 1 from Javier Lopez. Sparky is 0 for 3, struck out with second and third, one out. Back in the third inning, Bumgarner getting a big out there. A 3-0 game at the time. Off the plate. A flip for the out. On the first, double play. And that ends the inning. And that's the second turn tonight by the Giants. It sends game one into the ninth inning. San Francisco on top, 7-1. It's going to roll out for post-game coverage tonight. Aaron Andrews, Big Papi, Nick Swisher, Morosi, Rosenthal, Kapler, the Hall of Famer, the Big Hurt. The best post-game coverage anywhere after this game on Fox Sports 1. Ninth inning rolls in, 7-1 game. Jason Frazier, the right-hander, takes over. So we will, barring the miraculous, go through game one without seeing Herrera, Davis, Holland. They will be waiting in the wings for game two tomorrow night, a matchup with Peavy and Ventura. Posey's hit the ball hard all night, but he's 1 for 4. By the way, it's dropped 12 degrees from 64 to 52 as we play here in the ninth.
Feeling the breeze coming in here too. Hey, looking to game two, I think Tom touched on the fact that Bumgarner is really the only pitcher that's going deep in the postseason. We're going to see a bullpen game tomorrow.
Reaching for it, good pitch. A couple of hops to Moustakas.
Yeah, that was the thing about Bumgarner. This crowd, you guys know, was electric when this game started. It not only took the crowd out of the game, it took the Royals bullpen out of the game. That's the way to beat Kansas City. Jump on top early and put it in the hands of your ace.
Well, even last inning, you get a double play ball to end the half inning for you. It shuts down the running game. Everything happened the Giants' way tonight because he gave them a chance and their offense took off early. I mean, it's 3-0 and you got him on the mound. It's looking pretty good for the rest of the night.
Here is Sandoval. The kid, Ventura, will get the ball tomorrow night in game two for the Royals. And it seems with Kansas City down 1-0 for more on the hard-throwing right-hander. Here's Kenny Rosenthal.
Joe, you talk to the Royals people about Ventura, and they will tell you he is fearless. That in the minor leagues, the bigger the game, the better he pitched. One thing that helped him this season was pitching at the back of the rotation under less pressure.
Here's one off the glove of Moustakas. Sandoval on again, third time in this game. Go ahead, Kenny.
But he was so good in spring training, lighting up radar guns, that the Royals' 84-year-old senior pitching advisor, Bill Fisher, predicted that he would win as many games as James Shield. That is exactly what happened. Both won 14 games, and Ventura actually had a slightly better ERA.
It's a base hit for Sandoval, and they're going to need, the Royals are, all of that from Ventura against Jake Peavy tomorrow night on the air at 7:30 Eastern here on Fox. Here's Hunter Pence. What a night he's had. 2-run shot, a double, and a walk. Retired only once. Ball one outside from Frazier.
You saw Danny Duffy's electric arm out of Penn. He went to spring training competing for that 5th spot. He told me, took a look at Ventura. I had no shot to win that spot.
That's in for a strike to Pence.
That's the beauty of baseball. I love it when a guy bursts on the scene and he has the perfect nickname. You know, next thing you know, he's Ace Ventura and he's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And what do you want to do? You want to tune in and watch him. Here he is now throwing game 2 of the World Series.
1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 1 out. Good heat from the former Texas Ranger. Strike 2.
Threw it by him at 92. I feel a little bit sorry for Jason Frazier. Softest, I'll put that quotes, thrower in that bullpen. Everybody else coming out of there throwing 94 and above. Good split, good breaking ball, and enough of a fastball certainly to get by a good fastball hitter.
Change of scoring on that ball hit by Sandoval to an error on Moustakas. Tough error. That ball slicing away from him, hard hit.
Yeah, we saw that happen to Matt Carpenter in the last series.
So no 3-hit game for Sandoval, but he's on base for the 3rd time. count evens at 2-2. Strickland getting ready for the bottom of this ninth.
Sometimes when the game is ugly, you kick a ball like that, you're not going to get the hit. Tight game, may have got a knock.
Strickland can't wait to get back out there, having allowed 4 home runs this postseason. And he will get his chance in the bottom of the ninth, and it won't be easy. He's got the 3, 4, 5 hitters. So a challenge for the young right-hander who can light up a radar gun.
Yeah, I think the big challenge, one of the things they want to try to do is get him to face some more right-handers, but I think the challenge will be facing Hosmer, the lefty. That's who's been hurting him with the long ball this postseason.
Here is a 3-2. That'll put 2 on. A walk from Frazier. So Pence is on base for the 4th time in this game. Nice of Ventura and Peavy to stand there for that long. Just pound the fist in the glove.
Do it again, guys.
Those gloves are broken in now.
Smile from Ventura. Kind of that glare from Jake Peavy. Veteran right-hander. Escobar and Sandoval talk it over at second. Pence and Roberto Kelly talk it over at first. And here is Brandon Belt. Not many have left. Waited a long time for the World Series to come back to Kansas City. And most are going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, this is a happening right here. It's the whole town, whole area.
The Giants, who have won 8 straight postseason series, dating back to 2010, are on the way to handing the Royals their first loss of this postseason after setting a big league record, winning the first 8. That's to the shortstop, Escobar. Out at second as they just got Pence 2 down.
Well, I thought that was going to be that's a real difficult play because they're in the shift. He has to run. Now, the flipping underhand, I was thinking, uh-oh, you're going to have trouble with that. Part of the reason he's flipping underhand is because Infante's on the run from where he was at, positioned over in a shift position at second base. So the ground ball really took them and made it a difficult play, a routine play become difficult.
Here's Morse. First and third, 2 out. And strike 1. If you're Bruce Bochy or Ned Yost, you want to get Strickland some work. You also don't mind getting some of the other guys into the ball game because you've had the long layoff. Game 5 of the NLCS was on Thursday. We have a game tomorrow, then another off day, a travel day before Friday, Saturday, Sunday in San Francisco. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Juan Perez would be next, but it's Morse. He's 1 for 4 at the plate. These fans are still into it.
29 years.
Will they enjoy a monumental comeback? Or will the Giants take game 1 of the World Series? Bottom of the 9th inning rolls in. So will Hunter Strickland, leading by 6. Welcome to the show, boys. That's what he said coming back to the dugout, and it is the show, the World Series show in game 1 behind Madison Bumgarner. All Giants 7-1 into the bottom of the 9th inning. Caps, hoodies, jerseys, jackets, and more. Get all the officially licensed World Series gear for the Giants, Royals, and all the baseball at the MLB.com shop. It'll be the heart of the order for Hunter Strickland. See that last number, 4 home runs in 4 games. All the left-handed batters.
Well, here's a guy they're going to need if they're going to get through this World Series. He's got to play a big part in it. It's a big void if he does not participate for the Giants. In a 7-game series, you got to have all men on board.
Absolutely. The key, I'm with you, Harold. The Hosmer at bat, just to see another left-handed hitter. He's been making mistakes middle of the plate with that upper 90s fastball to lefties.
First out, Lorenzo Cain. How you doing? 97, strike 1.
Popping the glove.
Crossfire action, that is a nightmare for a right-handed hitter.
Strickland's been a Double-A, Triple-A, now the big leagues. The rookie right-hander ready with an 0-1. No chance. Strike 2.
Angles, angles, angles. Gets on the third base side of the rubber. Crossfire delivery. That ball's working away from Cain.
Lorenzo's been hit by a pitch, drawn a walk, grounded out. Trying to jumpstart something here in the ninth. A strikeout starts the inning. At 98, 3 pitches. And good to see Hunter Strickland come right back after working on things, the home runs, and he takes care of Cain.
Well, Tom talks about it a lot, the angles. And the angle that he's throwing from one side to the other, that presents a difficult at bat for a right-hander. But that's why he's been getting in trouble with the left-hander, because that ball's coming right into the left-hand hitters. I think this is a real telling at bat for Strickland.
Strickland could launch himself right back into the late inning conversation. He has a good at bat here with Hosmer, who's 0 for 3, but hit the ball hard back in the first.
I do believe all these looks are good for the Royals to get.
On the outside corner.
Down.
And here Hosmer say it's down. It's a 1-1 count.
And Strickland, to me, is even more important because he gives the one element this bullpen didn't have, and that's extreme velocity. Plenty of stuff, strike throwers, mix and match. He comes along with the upper 90s fastball. That's another weapon.
So Josh Willingham on deck. Try to get him in at bat tonight. Here's one down the line and left. Slicing foul.
That ball right there, that's why Hosmer is so dangerous. He's got such power the opposite way. If you put him in any other ballpark for 162 games or 81 home dates other than this ballpark, we're looking at a guy that's going to hit 30 home runs in a season. He's got that kind of power.
He smoked one back in the first inning, but Gregor Blanco, the center fielder for the Giants, ran it down in right center. Set up here at 1-2. 2-2.
He fascinates me as a hitter because every swing he takes in a game, two-hand follow-through, really doesn't turn over the top hand. Every swing he takes in batting practice, even if it's flips in the cage, one hand comes off the bat. Completely different.
Went down to get it. Panic is there, and that's out number 2. And Strickland gets Hosmer, the lefty.
Well, he came back with the off-speed pitch. Remember the home runs he was giving up to the Nationals, all power. Here he gets a little bit of a break, enough to get Hosmer out in front and get the ground ball. So what did he work on in the bullpen? He worked on getting an off-speed pitch.
It'll be Willingham to pinch hit for Butler. Strickland gave up 2 home runs to Bryce Harper, 1 to his Drupal Cabrera, and then 1 to Matt Adams in the NLCS. All left-handed swingers. And now with 2 out, here's Willingham. Strike 1.
You see the reaction of the right-handed hitters. They just don't see the ball. They can't track it.
Well, it's not even fair. He steps like he's stepping almost at you and throws across his body.
Willingham traded to Kansas City in August with the Twins. There's a breaking ball for strike 2.
Now it's completely unfair. You drop in that slider to the right-handed hitters.
Total dominance tonight by San Francisco in Game 1. As the count stays 0-2. Bruce Bochy and his club about to be 3 wins away from the 3rd World Championship in San Francisco Giants history. That's just outside, ball 1.
That's almost an unhittable pitch.
Might as well take it.
Man. He steps at the right-hander and then throws it the other corner of the plate.
Go.
Hardest thrower in the Giants bullpen comes set. A 1-2. High and tight, ball 2. Bumgarner will go to 3-0 in 3 World Series starts. 3-1 in 5 postseason starts this year.
And oh, by the way, another win on the road for him. The road killed him.
That ends the night, and the Giants take Game 1, a final of 7-1. And they do it with an exclamation point pitching, defense, timely hitting. Strickland wraps it up for the man in your screen, Madison Bumgarner. 3-hour, 32-minute game. You see where the Giants sit with that World Series fact. Winner of Game 1 has won 10 of the last 11 World Series. And Pence was right in the middle of it for San Francisco again. Bumgarner now is 6-3 in his career in the postseason. Shields now 3-5 in his career in the postseason. The Giants just know how to do it in October.
Yeah, the only opportunity the Royals had was the 3rd inning. They had 2nd and 3rd no outs, and Bumgarner shut them down. And that to me is the story of the game from the standpoint from Bumgarner.
He keeps defining himself as an ace with every start.
Let's go down to the field and Aaron Andrews.
Joe, thanks so much. Hunter, James Shields got in trouble early. You added to his misery with that 2-run shot in the first. Why were you guys able to jump on him so early?
You know, you don't really ever know. You know, when you get an opportunity, I think you got to give Blanco a lot of credit. You know, the first at bat, got up there, saw a lot of pitches, got on base. You know, also tagging up and getting the second on panic fly ball, and then, you know, Buster had the hit, Pablo had the double, and you know, runner in scoring position, 3-2 count. You know, just trying to put the ball in play.
Your pitcher, not so bad. Seems like the same story day in and day out with Madison Bumgarner. He got into a little bit of a problem there in the 3rd, made an adjustment. What is there left to say about this guy in the postseason?
He's special. You know, he's got that flair for the spectacular. You know, he never makes it bigger than it is. He just gets out there and competes. And you know, we kind of booted one right there, and he pitched his way out of it. And you know, that's what special pitchers do.
Well, you're the voice of this team. You told us today the theme of the pregame speech would kind of be, "There's nothing to fear." You just handed the Royals their first loss of the postseason. You absolutely took this crowd out of it. What's the next message in that clubhouse?
Well, yeah, that wasn't the message, and I wasn't the speaker. It's actually Casilla. And Casilla, you know, his whole thing was...
you said that was the theme, right?
No, I said make your peace with the King of Kings and go out there and enjoy it. But, my bad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to correct you there. But
oh, I love it.
You know, Casilla just said, you know, to believe, and I guess that's more of the thing. Believe, have vision, and, you know, we're family. We treat this as family and get out there and compete.
What's the next message?
keep on going.
All right, thanks so much. Thanks for correcting me. I appreciate it. You know I love it. Joe, back over to you.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Congratulations to Hunter Pence. Great start for him to this World Series. Great start for the Giants. And what another terrific start for Madison Bumgarner. There are the guys. Kevin and the guys standing by with Gabe and Nick and the Big Hurt, Big Poppy. That's coming up after the break as we will dissect Game 1. Kind of begins and ends with number 40, Madison Bumgarner. Take a break. Come back after this.